Unsupervised. Unsupervised. Yo, brother said peace and bounce tonight. Now the fork belongs to the duo, aight? Unsupervised. Let's turn it up. Let's turn it up. It's unsupervised. They rockin' the mic. It's unsupervised. They own the whole night. Brother took the night off, left the door wide open. Now the dude and the lady got the Ford smoking. It's unsupervised. Unsupervised. It's unsupervised. Unsupervised. Turn the podcast into a straight block party. No rules, no curfew. Y'all know it's poppin'. Brother dipped out, said I'm gone. Catch y'all later. Studio empty, but the vibe got greater. Now it's just him and her holding down the spot. Mike's getting lit, crowd going hot. No third wheel telling them keep it tame. They wildin' out, screaming everybody's name. Listeners flooding in from every coast. Chat blowing up like yo, they doing the most. Drinks in the cooler, laughs in the air. Podcast turn party and they don't even care. Fort's still standing, but the roof is gone. Unsupervised energy all night long. It's unsupervised. They rockin' the mic. It's unsupervised. They own the whole night. Brother took the night off, left the door wide open. Now the dude and the lady got the Ford smoking. It's unsupervised. Unsupervised. It's unsupervised. Unsupervised. Turn the podcast into a straight block party. No rules, no curfew. Y'all know it's poppin'.
Bruh. Bruh is right. What the heck is that crap?
What are you doing?
What?
You are not. No, dude, this is supposed to be.
You are not unsupervised.
And
Not
listen,
unsupervised.
folks, we were supposed to be unsupervised, and then PatriotDad, whose internet went out, we think he cut it with his lawnmower.
No, I didn't.
Figured out how to use his phone and decided to join us like 3 minutes ago, and he showed up. But it's still, hey guys, guess what? It is still the Nom and SK show, and PatriotDad can't do anything. He has no control over any of the dials. He has no idea what's in the green room. He's
No clue.
Nothing.
I showed up to tonight's show exactly the way SK shows up every week, totally blind, having no idea what the hell's going on. I'm just here for color commentary. And what's really funny about this is you guys on my screen are about this big. So you look, I mean, seriously, Nom, you look like the size of an ant, and SK looks a little bit smaller than you. That's so I'm just pretending like I'm paying attention. Don't
Can I
mind
give
me.
you a piece of advice? You
What's
are
that?
entirely too close to your phone. Your face is like, well, that's a little too far away. Anyway, so listen, we are still going to have an absolute.
That's because I can't see you. I have to get close to see you.
Oh yeah, because
my
you're
God.
old. Get your glasses out, PatriotDad.
all
crap.
of those pores that just showed up on your screen. That is incredible. Hey, I saw something really, really interesting in the comments. Do we have someone from freaking Australia
What?
in our live chat? What?
We did
Miss
the other
Summers,
day too. No, that was South Africa.
M. Summers, do you live in Australia, or are you just visiting and you're a regular in the I don't understand what's happening.
Summers is here all the time.
She-
Have you
yeah,
always
she's
been
here
from
all the time.
Australia and we just
Okay.
didn't know?
We just not know that you're in Australia? Because listen, I've been to Australia twice. I've spent about 6 months in Australia. I almost moved there after my first enlistment, but instead I ended up re-enlisting and ended up going to Quantico and doing some really cool stuff. Otherwise, I would probably still live in Australia today. I freaking love
You
it
guys,
out there.
I'm gonna go
But
get my
y'all are
glasses because I
freaking
can't see a damn thing. You guys keep
You guys
going.
are
I
all-
can't see nothing.
Your politicians are freaking psychotic now. But are you actually in Australia? Do you live in Australia, M. Summers?
I can't get past the Vegemite.
Well, I never ate Vegemite, actually.
It's
I don't know
gross.
who would actually eat that crap. But
Well,
anyway,
people in Australia.
Australians eat it. That's who eats it. Australians.
yeah, no. It's,
All right,
anyway.
see if this helps. Okay, now I can see. All right, there we go.
Fantastic. So
Look,
listen,
it's-
hey,
look, it's
everybody,
Patriot Grandpa.
it's Patriot Papaw. Papaw Patriot.
Patriot Papaw is here to do the show tonight.
Guys, we do have a show. We're not just going to riff on each other. So everybody, welcome to the Patriot Source podcast after hours episode Friday night on the Patriot Source Network. The back office guys say we're supposed to say that. I don't know why, but we are. And tonight we have the shit show, and U.S. politics is getting ready to happen, right? The shit show is coming. We are through all of the ops. We're through all of the sock puppets. We're through all of the attempts to divide MAGA and create some new thing. You got Thomas Massie and MTG, aka Dog the Bounty Hunter, out there in wherever they are down there in the Caribbean, doing whatever they're doing with their summit. They're irrelevant. Now it's time to get serious about the midterms, right? Almost all of the primaries, the important primaries, are decided. I don't think there's any other.
She's Australian.
Oh, there's a couple more. There's a couple more primaries that are undecided. Did you guys just see that Donald Trump just endorsed Nancy Mace's opponent in the South Carolina gubernatorial race?
No.
Yes, I threw that in the Dropbox. That's in there. Yeah.
Okay. I did see that. I saw the video. That's fascinating. So she's done with the Senate. She's going to go run for governor.
House.
South Carolina. What? Or House?
Nancy Mace. Yeah, the House.
You're right.
But the ops aren't over. They're not over, and we'll probably hopefully get into this a little bit. The ops are still very much ongoing, and we need to be aware of it. I don't think we can move on entirely from it. We've got the Costa Rican summit going on. We've got Candace Owens and some of the other fake ass Black Bill wannabe America First people allegedly going over to Russia to hang out with Alexander Dugin. These guys are scrambling at this point to pull together some alternative to MAGA because MAGA keeps kicking their ass. I mean, they're struggling majorly today to stay afloat, but they're working hard.
I understand, and my entire point to that when I said that the ops they're not over, they've shifted, because I think everybody who spends any amount of time on social media, you saw Wednesday morning that all of the bots and all the sock puppets, they shifted from the Candace Owens, the Thomas Massie over to Talarico, right?
Talarico,
and they started pushing the Talarico literally everywhere. You cannot open up X without being flooded with Talarico polls and all that stuff. It's all the bots, all the money left the folks that were trying to divide MAGA and peel part of it off. They realized they lost because, I mean, Trump has what, 109-0 primary
118. 118.
118-0 primary record. So all that money they spent, all that effort that they had, and all the bots and sock puppets and all that shit, you got exactly 0 wins, and how many millions, billions of dollars spent to do it. So now they've taken all of that energy and now they're shifting it over there for Talarico, guys. And we're going to get into Talarico here in a minute. This is Beto O'Rourke 3.0, and 1.0 and 2.0 were utter failures. 3.0 is good. I'm just whatever. But the entire point, all those ops are over. They're not over. They're shifting. But what President Trump is at, he's getting ready to wrap up Iran. I mean, PatriotDad, SK, I don't know if you guys have anything you want to say about what is the scuttlebutt, the word on the street about this potential deal that's coming out. But it is going to be absolutely historic. What happens?
Real quick, just want to say that we forgot about Devil Dog's wife's birthday. So hope she had a great birthday.
I didn't know it was his wife's birthday. Who's Devil Dog's wife?
She's not in here, I don't think.
Oh.
But also,
how can we sing your wife happy birthday if she's not in here in the comments?
Oh, last thing we want is any one of us singing happy birthday.
Excuse me, I am actually a very good karaoke singer, by the way.
I'm sure you are. How many beers does it take?
All of them. Literally all of them.
But I also want to say I love our Patriot family, and the fact that everyone remembers these things and is asking how was your wife's birthday and all these things, it makes my heart happy.
SK, you're such a girl. Like Mom and I know we're supposed to care about that stuff, but that's just not the first thing that we think about when we wake up in the morning and do a live. So thank you so much for bringing a little bit of like sensitivity to our show, because otherwise we just steamroll people and nobody would like us and nobody would want to watch our show.
Well, I just love the chat. We have the best chat on the internet. Gary's chat's pretty good, but also our chat, I'm sure, is like 80% Gary's anyway.
Hey, we'll take it. We love Gary. Yeah. We love Paramount Tactical. By the way, that was a great show we did with him earlier this week. 3 hours is a really long time, and my wife was like, "You need to get off." What? Whoa! Who is that?
What is this crap? SK is the information queen, and I absolutely love her. Love Nom and PatriotDad also. Scruff Nation, I don't think I've ever seen you in my comments. That's a $50 freaking super chat.
That's crazy.
Scruff Nation, are you new to the chat? I don't think I've ever seen you down there.
I've seen that, but I've seen that
lining it
profile
up,
picture
but that
before.
is crazy.
I've seen that profile picture before.
That is crazy.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for being cool.
That's like,
yeah. So, Nom, you were talking about Iran. I feel like we talk about this every week, and it feels like we're getting closer and closer and closer. And the reality is that Donald Trump's going to get this done, whether it happens this weekend with this particular version of the agreement. It doesn't really matter to me. I think he still has another 4 or 5 weeks of runway to make sure he gets it right. I think the most important thing about this deal is what's coming along with it. And I posted on X earlier today. He's getting ready to bring together the most historic realignment of the Middle East and the global order in any of our lives. And we talk about this week after week after week after week. And I hope that it's starting to set in, folks. Regardless of whether we get everything that we want and the Iranian regime maybe has some clinger-ons that stick around, if what he's able to accomplish, if he's able to accomplish what I think he's going to accomplish, it won't be our problem to solve anymore. It'll be the problem of the neighbors of Iran, of the Gulf states, of Israel, hopefully of Lebanon, of Turkey, of Jordan, of Egypt, these countries that are being encouraged to join the Abraham Accords. This is exactly what we should want out of this entire ordeal, is to be able to extract ourselves as the global law enforcement force, particularly of the Middle East, and allow those neighbors to do the work for themselves. And that's what he's setting up. So I'm excited about it. We've already started to see gasoline drop. I know it's dropped about 35, 40 cents a gallon down here in the coastal Alabama area.
Since Sunday.
Yeah, since Sunday. I mean, it's plummeting, and it's going to continue to do that. So you're right. He's going to wrap this up. Whether it happens this week, next week, 2 weeks from now, it doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, well, but there's also, more to this entire thing than just the Middle East. In fact, I've got a video I'm going to play here, and it's Senator Tim Sheihy just absolutely schooling Alyssa Slotkin on what is happening. This is a former CIA analyst, Alyssa Slotkin, right, who is pretending as a Democrat that she doesn't really understand what we're doing, and she does. But also, as a CIA analyst, she's stuck in the old rules order, all that, all globalist bullshit, because that's the world that they have to exist in. Tim Sheihy just schools her on the point of this. It's not just about the Middle East. It has just as much to do with China and putting China on their back foot. And you do that through Venezuela and through Iran, which we have spent literally episodes after episode after episode explaining for China the inability to get Iranian and Venezuelan oil, sanctioned oil, at a discount damages them economically in significant ways, because they can no longer get it at a discount. They have to now go with the US dollar to the global market to get their oil, which changes their the economic variables for China in so many significant ways. Let me play this video real quick, and you guys, I'll probably stop it at some point, but this is Alyssa Slotkin, one of the seditious six, by the way, if you all remember, just getting wrecked by Senator Tim Sheihy.
It's bad for Vladimir Putin. It's bad for his war in Ukraine. If we cut off China's discount sanctioned oil access at the counter to Iran, much of China's energy infrastructure or oil burning power plants, we don't imagine those in America anymore. We got rid of those a long time ago, but China uses them because they're cheap and they're available. So cheap discounted Iranian oil is fundamental to the Chinese economy. So hampering their ability to use these states as attack dogs and money laundering and oil laundering operations absolutely has an impact on this. And I think, the frustration with folks say, well, Trump said he wasn't going to start any new wars. Well, I would say he hasn't started any. He's trying to finish off wars that have been going on for a long time. He's trying to finish off a Venezuelan regime that's been flooding our country with terrorists and fentanyl for decades. He's trying to finish off a 47-year war that many other presidents have made the assessment This is a complicated, tough problem. I'm going to kick it to the next guy because this is a tough problem to solve. And I think President Trump, whether you like him or not, has made the decision, I am not going to kick this problem to a fourth generation of Americans. I'm not going to kick this one yet another decade down the road and potentially have another administration that's just going to inject $150 billion into a terrorist regime in an attempt to buy them off. We're not going to reward bad behavior with pallets of cash and gold. We're going to reward bad behavior with lead and bombs to make sure they stop murdering our people and spreading regional instability. So I think we'd love to disentangle, but for the meantime, we've got problems we've got to solve.
Senator Slotkin, you voted.
So we're going to leave that there because there's literally nothing that seditious actor can actually say after that. I mean, that's the reality of what's happening on the global stage. This will be an absolutely historic global reorganization that President Trump didn't do on his own. He actually cobbled together probably the most historic coalition of Middle Eastern states to help him accomplish this. Iran has no allies anywhere. And PatriotDad, I know you sent this truth to me. Maybe you can dive into this a little bit.
We have a super chat. We have to stop the show for the super chat.
Stop the show.
Stop,
okay, well,
the,
stop
show.
the show.
We have a super chat. I can't speak.
Okay, here we go.
I should probably have another drink.
Scruffin again, dude. Scruffin Nation is loaded. Scruffin Nation. Hey guys, I was MAGA Sheihy previously, but I truly love all of you guys. It's my first time gifting this podcast, but I followed you guys for the last year and a half more. We absolutely freaking love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So
listen, we do this for free and we don't grift. We don't beg for super chats or gifts or anything like that.
I don't get $7,000 from Israel.
No,
I'll take it.
Nice if we would. All I've gotten is some crusty rubles and a Q newsletter with some expired dry cleaning coupons. It's my joke. Because I used to be accused of being paid by Russia and then it switched to Israel. So I guess I'm just working for the UN at this point. But
I don't know if you would recognize a Q newsletter if one was literally dropped on your front porch.
I would have no
You'd
idea.
have no idea.
Because I don't understand Q. I tried for like 5 minutes when it first started and I was like, I'm not smart enough for this. And that was that.
What, you don't understand gematria and like how all the numbers and stuff work? And
I don't even know what that word means, PatriotDad.
Guys, before the show started, we were having a discussion about the Ethiopian Bible and the Book of Enoch, and all of that stuff goes together, SK, just for your own knowledge.
Oh,
gematria.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's like Jewish astrology.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
all right, sorry for interrupting.
We are not taking that detour. We have like 55 things in the Dropbox.
Okay, we'll get there.
We've gotten through one, and we're 18 minutes in.
And PatriotDad's
dude,
the laid back one. What's going on?
Let's go. See, somebody's got to keep this show going.
Is this like twins, like switch day? Is this like Freaky Friday?
Well, listen. Shut up.
Busted.
Okay, but listen, you guys, I do not care about followers. I don't care about clicks. I don't care about likes. I've been doing this for free for entirely too long. Why I'm doing this, I don't know. You're going to have a chat with God, but here I am. And if our information is going to reach the people it needs to reach, and if I'm going to be obedient in the way I'm supposed to be obedient, then you guys have to share this and you have to X out of the chat and you have to go hit the like button and you have to do all those things, or else more people aren't going to get here to be able to hear this. And as much as I don't want more people here and I like our small chat, we need to bring more people here.
SK, I'm going to be the bearer of bad news, but obedience with a bad attitude is not obedience.
You
need to be obedient with joy. With joy.
Okay, I'll work on the joy part.
There you go. There you go.
And I'm doing it, and my face is on the camera.
Hold
on.
on.
I've been
Everybody
pause. Every day.
Everybody pause, okay? Nom is not crabby. Nom, like literally an hour before the show, was told, hey, you have to do this because PatriotDad cut his internet with his freaking lawnmower.
I did not cut the internet with a lawnmower.
Whatever.
I did, however, lop the top off of some pipe in the yard that I don't know what it was.
Hold on. Then for an hour, I put together an entire show while I partook in my favorite adult beverage on a Friday evening. And now I have a plan. And I don't like when my plans don't actually come to fruition. So we're at a bit of a stalemate.
So every party has a pooper.
And that's why we invited Nom to
you.
today's
Oh,
party.
Jesus. All right, listen.
So for what it's worth, I did not cut the internet cable. I did, however, apparently lop the top off of some exhaust pipe that was sticking out of the ground. So I have to get that fixed now. You guys know when the last time I actually pushed the lawnmower was? It's been a very long time.
Oh, you're
A
pushing
very
a
long
lawnmower.
time.
Yeah,
Dude,
You
my
used to have that big
yard is like
tractor,
my yard is the size of a postage stamp. And it took me like 17 minutes to cut the grass. My wife was like, "What are you doing back?" Because she's used to me getting on the mower and taking 3 hours to cut the grass. So I got and it's not even self-propelled. It's just a little stupid mower. And apparently I didn't see something and I cut the top of it off, but that has nothing to do with my internet.
What kind of grass do you have down there?
Chat is great.
Oh my gosh.
The super
Oh my
chat's
gosh.
great. Also, you guys
It's
missed
the
the
worst.
comment that said
It's the
SK
worst
gets paid
grass.
liberal tears.
Yeah, that's true. What's this?
Hold on.
This goes
This
towards
goes-
the tax.
That YouTube puts on Scruff's super chat.
Well
I
done,
love
color
this
commentary.
chat. You guys are hilarious.
Hey, I
But
just
also-
actually got that color commentary.
Yeah,
Well done,
color
man.
commentary.
That's actually very smart.
That's very witty.
very smart.
But
Very
I
witty.
Well,
love the
since it-
comment
since-
that said SK gets paid in liberal tears because that is
That's true.
facts.
That's true. So to answer probably the most important question of the day, what kind of grass do we have? It's centipede, and I
That's
hate
what I
it.
have. That's what I
hate
have.
it.
I love
I
it.
don't even
know what
dude,
centipede grass
you have to
is.
cut it super short, dude. You do. You
No,
have
no.
to.
So here's the problem.
You have
They
to cut it
laid the
super short.
sod. They laid the sod in February. So everything was dormant, and half of it hasn't taken yet. So it's like really ugly and gross. So there's like a couple of weeds coming through it. I basically just have to live with it for a little while before it takes and it starts to really set and
Patriot
spread
Dad,
and all that stuff.
You listen, as a lawn dad, just like I am, this is not like an overnight thing. It's like fixing the
I
country,
understand.
right? It's not like when president. So imagine your lawn being the United States of America, and your lawn just got wrecked, and then you came in and you have to fix it, like President Trump has to come in and fix the country. This is like a multi-year effort to get back to what looks like a legitimate lawn. So just be patient with it. Okay,
You guys are going to have to give me the power to put comments on the screen.
Well, you have to log in. I mean, that's it. So I'll contribute. We got another super chat
And then-
contributor.
And then Kate also
$1.99.
said, but who's going to cover the tax on the $5? Looks like Fourth Strike just did.
What is happening? What is happening right now? What $5?
The $5 that
Color commentary.
Where have you been?
Well, oh Christ. Okay.
All right. Can we get back to the show, please?
We can get back to the show because listen, we're getting ready to get into the phase of 2026 where
Oh, look,
President
there's
Trump,
a $20 super chat. We have to stop the show.
Holy crap. I
we're
kind
gonna
of like the way
start-
Gary does this, where he just like saves them up and he goes through them all at once.
Nope.
That's
We have to
entirely-
stop
that
the
takes
show.
entirely
We have
too-
to
it
stop
takes
the show
entirely
for
too
the
long.
super chats. We
I
gotta
love you
stop
guys.
it.
Please share GDG and MAGA Jake. By the way,
Please share with guarding. I think
the
she's saying
backup-
please
listen.
share with guarding the grid and MAGA Jake.
oh well, that's true. Yeah, we
they
do.
get a tip for the evening.
Yes, they get. Well, they should get a tip every show. Frankly,
They should
no,
actually.
we haven't. Yeah, we will discuss that.
One of these days we'll be good people and we'll figure it out.
One of these days we'll actually make some money doing this, and everybody can get tipped out. We'll tip the we'll tip the freaking chat out.
There
All
you go.
Everybody's gonna get tipped out. We'll just make it right. We'll just throw shit everywhere. I mean, I don't know. You guys tell me what you want to do since we're not going to do what I wanted to do.
No, go
No,
for it.
we're
Nom. We'll be quiet now. It's your show. You go. You drive the bus.
Can I just say real quick, for all the flack that I get for trying to drive this insane clown car of a show in somewhat of a destination week after week after week, Nom, I don't feel bad for you at all right now. Not at all.
Well, listen, I'm going to derail all of this because I am kind of tired of Devil Dog talking about my finger. I'm going to show you all my finger because my finger is mostly
It's just the tip, you guys. Just
listen.
the tip.
My finger is listen. This is a warning. If you do not want to see what a 70% healed, lopped off finger looks like, close your eyes for like the next 30 seconds. Okay. If you don't want to see it, close your eyes for the next 30. If you do want to
Is
see
this your
it,
Jewish finger?
that's
Nom?
what it looks like. I actually have some fingernail left in there. Look at that. That's
I'm
what a
impressed
lopped
that you
off.
still have fingernail, and that doesn't look
There's
gross
some.
at all. It looks way better.
Yeah, it's mostly healed. There's still some scab up underneath the fingernail, but there it is, folks. That's what I did to my hand. So, all right, now if you didn't want to see it, you closed your eyes. Now you can see it. The interesting part about this is neither SK or PatriotDad has any idea any of the content I have in the green room. They can't.
I know
see
what
it,
I put in the Dropbox, but we're going to use exactly 0 of it because we never do.
Well, you tell me when you guys want to quit fucking around and you actually want to get to the show, you let me know.
This is great for the chat. They love this stuff, but people watching this show afterwards are probably like, will you guys shut up and just get to the content, please? All right, Nom, go ahead. Let's do it.
Are you ready? Are we sure?
Yep.
Are we sure?
Yep, we're sure.
All right. So listen, it's getting down to crunch time. I think I've said that like 5 times and we've been distracted. We're going into midterms. President Trump's getting ready to wrap up Iran. The FAGAs are wholly defeated, 118-0.
Take a shot. Take a shot. He said FAGA.
Yep. Take a shot. FAGAs are fully, take another one, defeated. Gas prices are going to plummet literally as soon as it's over. We had the stock market broke 51,000 for the first time ever today because the markets they all understand what this means, right? The economy was basically okay during all of this. Gas prices are going to introduce some inflation. We all understand how that works, but it's going to recede as soon as the gas prices come down. We all understand that. So now it's time to get serious. And you're going to start to see a lot of nonsense coming from the Democrats, like total bullshit, because this is absolutely the worst crop of Democrat candidates I think I've ever seen at any one election, whether it's a general or a midterm election. Just there's not a single one of them that is salvageable. Not one.
Nope.
Like
Not one.
They're
not
freaking
one.
horrible.
Hey, before you move on from the last clip that you showed, Alyssa Slotkin, do you guys know why you keep seeing Alyssa Slotkin out on TV doing these media hits? It's not an accident. You guys realize that Alyssa Slotkin and Pete Buttigieg were the 2 people that were invited to go up to the Alberta, I think it was Alberta, summit with Barack Obama and Carney up there as they were trying to figure out how to salvage what's left of the globalist world order. This was just a couple weeks ago. It was pretty wild, pretty underreported. But basically Canada and Mark Carney, who used to be in charge, I think, of some European Federal Reserve or something like that. He was basically the imperialist banker, ran their banking system. Now he's somehow found his way into leading Canada, but they are pulling together.
Holy moly! Stop the show.
it.
Stop the presses.
Dude, what the hell is that?
Like, share,
that's $100.
and subscribe. Support our true. That's what we should say. Please like, share, and subscribe.
We should. Are those the words we're supposed to say? Please like, share, and subscribe.
I think so.
Scruff
now
Nation.
Let's get down to the information.
Dude, this is crazy.
I think Scruff Nation is saying cut the shit and get to the show.
Scruff Nation would Scruff Nation would actually like to get to the agenda of the show.
Thank you, Scruff.
Well, let me just say this, and we'll move on from this. So Alyssa Slotkin is being groomed right now by the Obama wing of what's left of the Democrat Party, the globalist wing, the imperialist wing of what's left of the progressives. She is being groomed along with Pete Buttigieg to basically edge out all of the other potential candidates that the Democrats plan to run in 2028. You're going to see Kamala Harris get elbowed out. You're going to see Gavin Newsom get elbowed out. And you're going to see Alyssa Slotkin and Pete Buttigieg propped up by the imperialists as their globalist sock puppets in the Democrat Party. Be prepared for it, folks. You heard it here. They are the 2 that are going to be leading the globalists in the next election cycle.
100%. And you're already starting to see there are polls coming out where Gavin Newsom is down and Buttigieg is up. Buttigieg is now leading Gavin Newsom in polls for the leading presidential candidate for the Democrat Party. The problem that all of these Democrats will have is whenever they start to sort of surge to prominence, people will then actually have to listen to the shit that they say. And as soon as they listen to the shit that they say long enough, they're like, that dude's fucking crazy, or that shit is absolutely insane. We're not doing any of that. I've got plenty on Newsom. Yeah.
There's a reason why Pete Buttigieg never really made it out of the cheap seats in the Democrat Party. I mean, he was the transportation secretary for a while. He ran for president because every time that guy opens his mouth, nobody understands a word that he says. He is one of the few people that can use as many words as possible and say absolutely nothing. And that was identified about him a very long time ago. And I'm sorry, but when you speak in a way that basically proves that you know nothing about the topics that you're talking about, you lose people. You have no credibility. This guy is going to flop. I don't know why they're picking Pete Buttigieg. I have no idea why he's the guy.
Better for us. But question,
yeah, for sure.
Did he go to the same school as Kamala Harris by chance?
I don't know. Maybe.
No, they did not go to the same schools. Kamala Harris, she has
a
very different. Kamala Harris is just dumb. She's not smart. Pete Buttigieg is smart-ish.
He's like stupid smart, like smart, stupid. He's one of those people that thinks he's smart and smarter than everybody else, and it actually makes him stupid.
Right. I agree. No, I listen, I completely agree with that. But anyway, it doesn't matter who. Think for a second. Stop and think for 1 second. And by the way, none of this is actually in my agenda, but this is a fantastic, fascinating conversation. Can you think of one Democrat anywhere right now that you could listen to them speak and not say, that is the most insane shit I've ever heard? Is there one? John Fetterman.
Shockingly, John Fetterman is the only one. Shocking.
Stroke and had some mental illness battles and had to go through some treatment for that. That guy makes sense. I don't listen to him and think, this guy is saying some crazy stuff. I actually think that whatever treatment he went through for his stroke is probably what should be required for everyone on the left.
For what it's worth, the amazing Torah, we're probably about 15 seconds ahead of you. So yes, we all agree that it is John Fetterman. It's literally the only one. The good news is for John Fetterman, Pennsylvania is not a blue state. It's not even that purple of a state, which we're going to find out here very soon. In fact, I have a video if you guys would like to hear that. We're going to actually find out that Pennsylvania, Arizona, Wisconsin, Georgia are not, in fact, very purpley states. They're actually a lot more red than they are purple, and they're definitely not blue states.
I want to say thank you to K Pasto for reminding me that Pete Buttigieg did, in fact, try to breastfeed his baby.
Well, he didn't try to breastfeed his baby. He tried to put on a plastic fucking like
to breastfeed his baby.
Plate armor. Yes, this is again. That's why I asked the question. Can you think of any prominent Democrat that, if you let them talk long enough, you won't be like, this is the most crazy. This is the craziest shit I've ever heard.
No, because they're crazy.
Anyway, all right. So listen, it's getting ready to be game time. And you're getting ready to see President Trump, because he will have solved, which frankly was a 50-year problem to solve. And this dude's going to have solved it in 4 months, maybe. And not only did he solve this problem in 4 months, that is Iran, but the bigger globalist problem that created and needed Iran for them to continue to exist. He will have literally solved all of this in a matter of when did we attack Venezuela? What was that, like December, November?
No, I think it wasn't it like this year? I think it was earlier this year, wasn't it?
Anyway, call it 6 months. 6 months. And he's going to have basically rewritten the global economy and the global world order in a matter of 6 to 7 months for the next century. For the next century.
Yep.
But since that, he's been able to do that. Why, by the way? cleaning up, doing everything he's done to clean up DC, to have the absolute lowest freaking crime stats ever recorded in this country. I mean, the nothing's happening crowd, where are you? Because the FAGAs, go ahead and drink, that was basically what they were hanging their hat on. Nothing's happening. Epstein class, no new wars. Those were the three things, right? Those were the three Massie, Epstein, FAGA crowd. Those were their three issues. Okay. Well, the no new wars, he basically reorganized the entire planet for the next 100 years in 6 months without an actual war. You paid a little bit more money for gas over, 4 or 5 months. Nothing is happening is bullshit. Literally everything is happening. And I'm going to show it to you right now.
Hold on. Their narrative, even on the Epstein thing, is really starting to collapse. I don't know if you guys saw, there's a video in the Dropbox on this, but even today when Pam Bondi was supposedly testifying behind closed doors, they had several of the quote unquote Epstein victims out in front of.
Too far. I've got it right here.
Okay, play this real quick.
All right, and then I want your.
I think we're really
your analysis.
Hopeful that she's not going to talk about the Dow today. We hope that there's no deflection. To Charlene's point, I think this case has always been about more than Epstein and Maxwell survivors. And we don't want to send a chilling effect that survivors can't come forward. And so far, the DOJ has done everything they possibly can to intimidate survivors. And so we hope that today is actually a day where maybe she's had some reckoning and maybe there is some transparency.
So that video was posted all over social media today. And if you spend any time in the comments, it was like person after person after person. That video was ratioed all over social media. Everyone asking the exact same question. Why aren't you guys testifying yourself? You supposedly know the names of your abusers. Why aren't you saying their names?
The craziest thing about this is when I played this with SK when you were off trying to figure out your stuff, that's exactly what I said. At this point, why are they not naming names?
Well, here's why.
Why aren't they doing it?
Here's why. And we've known this, and I've been saying this ever since the Epstein hoax emerged. And by the way, the Epstein hoax is not that it never happened. It's the thought that they could use the Epstein files as a weapon against the Trump administration, despite the fact that the Trump administration literally from day one started reviewing and figuring out how they could release this information, and then had their hands tied behind their back by Thomas Massie, by Ro Khanna, by people like Nancy Mace, by people like MTG, all of the people that are, that have basically seen their way out of MAGA. It wasn't because they demanded transparency. It's because transparency was already coming, and then they tied the hands of the Department of Justice to actually deliver transparency. The reason why those ladies, those three particular ladies standing there, aren't willing to stand in front of Congress and name names is because every one of them have taken a payout. They are all sitting on cash that requires them to be quiet. And that's fine if that's what you want to do. But just be honest about it and say, we know who abused us, but we can't say anything. Instead of blaming the Department of Justice, who's doing everything they can to get the information out, using the guardrails that were put in front of them by Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna.
You know who else is sitting on cash? Scruff Nation, because we got another super chat.
Oh,
SK,
also,
that is genius.
I almost
By the way,
died.
we need to address this.
I almost died, and neither one of you guys even said anything. The comments were more concerned.
Well, if it helps, SK, in my little postage stamp view of you, I can't see your face at all because the live
It's okay.
4003 is over top of your face.
The main part of it happened when the video was playing, so I think Nom would have been the only one that could have seen. But I was still coughing when it came back up.
I still couldn't see you. I mean, I could see you way down there. But
I choked on my eyes. I had to spit it all over
I'm pretty
myself.
sure you can't choke. You can't actually choke on ice. It'll melt.
You can when the water
suffocate.
goes down the wrong pipe.
That's true, but you're not going to drown.
I mean, I kind of
You're
felt
not
like
going to
I
drown
was.
on one ice cube.
I mean, I
I'm
had
certain
spit
of
it all
that.
over myself. I'm soaking wet now.
Anyway, Scruff Nation is paying bills tonight, for goodness sakes. President Trump is the only person standing between us and the globalist agenda. The globalists wanted to eliminate all of us with critical thinking skills. They wanted to eliminate us. I want to actually push back on this a little bit. President Trump has all but defeated the globalist agenda. He's all but defeated it. The only thing that will stop what he has done, because Iran, Venezuela, that whole axis, and I'm not want to call it an axis of evil, but there's an axis, the globalist axis, right? They relied on all of that money laundering and all of that laundering for crime and oil and all everything that they were doing that we spent months talking about based on the national security strategy. The only thing that can stop it from being fully implemented is American freaking voters in the midterm elections. If we lose even one branch or one house or one chamber of Congress, it will put a stop to all of it.
Yep. Can I just say real quick that, and I mentioned this on a TikTok live earlier today. I don't know why people are so nervous about this midterm. I mean, I get it, I guess, kind of, because that's all you're hearing about is how the Republicans are going to get their butts kicked, and you're seeing poll after poll after poll. Fact of the matter is, folks, these polls that you're looking at are total trash. They're trash. They're designed for one thing and one thing only. It's to demoralize you. It's to make you think that your vote doesn't count. It doesn't matter. Don't bother showing up in the midterms. But the truth of the matter is, the Republicans right now, are sitting +10 in the redistricting fight, +10. And when you go candidate by candidate by candidate of those who are actual challengeable seats, the reality is that it is pretty likely that if people just do the basic thing of showing up to vote with the type of momentum that Donald Trump is creating right now, not only are we going to hold the Senate, but I think we're actually going to hold the House and pick up some additional seats as well. This thing is not in the hands of the Democrats. They are losing their rear ends because they keep putting up total morons as their candidates. Sorry, I thought I saw you getting ready to jump in there too. What's that say? I can't read it.
I kind of forgot what
MAGA too big to rig. This is a
That's right.
This is a Shades in Oxford special.
Yep. And you just saw that federal judge uphold Trump's order on what was the order on? I think it was on mail-in ballots or something like that. Or refuse to strike.
Minimizing mail-in ballots. Yep.
I remember what I was going to ask. It was about the polls. So I have a question.
Yeah.
When did trusted political commentators rely on betting markets for things?
Well, I think. So hold on. So I think the thought process behind it, and I don't agree with it, because has Polymarket actually been right? I mean, were they right about Massie?
They were, but no. Well, see, that's the thing, though, right? Is they can claim that they're right because as momentum shifts at the very end of every race, and you start to see that momentum is shifted, all the money moves, and they're like, "See, look, we were right," and they were right in the last 2 days, because if you notice, Polymarkets. And Kalshi and all of them showed Ed Gowron taking off and basically running away with it in the final 2 days of the race. But prior to that, they had Massie winning. But when the money started moving, when people realized that, hey, this whole Thomas Massie inviting an actual swastika wearer onto his campaign is not going to work, then suddenly the money started shifting. So they get to say they're accurate, but the reality is they're only accurate because people are voting with their money at the very end.
Got it. So,
PatriotDad, do you think that you could potentially?
I think we could certainly take some credit for that. We certainly can, because PatriotDad and I were, I think, the only two for at least the first day that were even talking about this.
Yep.
And we were all fucking over it.
We definitely were not the biggest voices on it, but I think I was one of the first, and Laura Loomer jumped on it pretty quickly, thankfully. But what really happened is Dan Bongino grabbed a hold of that video that I showed of the American right thing, That thing hit over 500,000 views quickly. But what really happened is that video started making its way around Christian Facebook groups, and a lot of the Christian community on Facebook over in that particular area and all around northwestern Kentucky saw what was going on. Now, people will say, no, the voters were just sick of Massie. True, that's probably what happened. But I think it is fair for this podcast to take a bit of a victory lap, because we might have single-handedly, or at least kicked off the campaign to destroy his entire campaign.
And also, remember when we started talking about Dugan and Mappin and Candace Owens like last year, and now all of a sudden everyone's like, oh yeah, well, Dugan and Mappin and Candace Owens. And I was talking on the phone right before the podcast. That's what I was talking about. That I was like, crazy that she's going over there with Dugan. And I said, I wish I would have posted. I said, I'm kicking myself for not having posted about all of that last year. And then again, earlier this year when I had all the OSINT information. But, I said, I talked about it on the podcast a lot. So we could probably go back and find those receipts.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, Nom says this all the time, and I hope you guys appreciate it. You are not wasting your time with this channel.
No.
Not only do we have SK, who is the best natural researcher probably in the country that's at least publicly doing this. There's others that use technology in interesting ways, but there is nobody that does a better job than her at this as quickly as she does. I mean,
maybe
Thomas Massie, Lisa's fantastic for sure, but she writes articles that takes her weeks and weeks to put that together. You do it on the fly when I need you to.
That's true.
That is incredible. You're not wasting your time here. Nom and I have been watching politics closely, really since 9/11, very closely, and analyzing it very closely since 9/11. This is not something that we just decided one day to pick up a camera and start doing political content. The three of us have been deeply engaged in this world for most of our adult lives. That's
before
why
I was an adult, I grew up just listening to politics all the time. My parents talked about politics all the time. Also, 3-month member has a comment.
Yeah, I was trying to like just change the tenor, even though it's a great debate, and play some cow money, but I can't find the video. I went back through like 5.
I'll get it. I'll put it in there just for K Pasto, because every time you say Massie, what
put
do
it
you
in,
say,
put
K
it in this,
Pasto?
put it
She's
in
been
this
in the
folder.
comments every time.
She says cow money. She says cow money.
She doesn't say cow money, but every time one of us says Massie, she has something she types in the comments, and I'll never ever look at them the same ever again.
Wait, are we doing the Trump mugshot again? I got what's that say?
I
got
am
the
making
mugshot.
a T-shirt using Trump's mugshot in the phrase "Buckle up, Buttercup, control the left" when I am out and about. I already have an alligator Alcatraz shirt that I made that I love to wear. Get after
love
it.
Love it. If you're gonna make a hat like that, let me know.
Hey, do you realize? And I don't know the names of these freaking places, but I don't know if you guys ever noticed the gray T-shirt I wear that has basically an image of a syringe, and it says "Come and make me," right, with a syringe on it. It said "Come and make me." A buddy of mine, British guy, who one of my greatest friends, he has a merch place where he can literally, they've got designers like on staff, and he can say, I need you to make me this, and they will literally drop ship whatever it is to wherever you want it to go. So that's
why are you just now hearing about this?
Well, I've known about this for a while, but listen, we're all
why are we just hearing about this?
Because there's coordination that you got to put a website together, you got to get all this shit. It's not as easzy, it's not as simple as that. But
hey.
I think this sounds like a really good job for Patriot Mom and Mrs. Nom to do.
I agree. I 100% agree with you.
Massie. Also, cow money is in there now.
Cow money. All right, we're gonna. We had all.
We'll get there.
All kinds of. We had all kinds of.
It's Friday night.
We had all kinds of timeline cleanse stuff in there to play with, but cow money, I'm sorry, is probably one of my absolute. Wait, which? We're gonna put it in episode 13 is one of my all-time favorite I don't see cow money in here. Where did you put it, SK?
I put it in the Dropbox folder that said After Hours, whatever you named
Episode
it.
13.
I changed
Episode
it.
13.
Or you changed the name because I had it After
It's
Hours.
episode 13. I do
I
not
didn't
see
know.
cow money.
Dude, I
see cow
literally
money.
just put it in there.
I don't see cow money.
Are you looking at the videos?
Yes, I'm looking at the videos. I do not see it.
After
All right.
Hours, episode 13. Scroll down.
Cow money.
Cow
I would
money.
find it, but I can't help you. I'm just here for my devilish good looks and color commentary. So I can't help you
Size,
at all.
date added. Massie's cow money. They changed the name. Here we go.
5 stacks in the envelope. Move. Poured up to crack a barrel, so baby, just let it go. Move. So Bessie in the backfield, now the cash don't show. Move, move, move. Hush money from the heifers, politician on the low. Cow money, what? Cow money, yeah, IRS looking funny, but he swear it's all reported on it. Cow money, move. Cow money, single mom in DC, now she's singing like the canary. Quincy Institute award on the wall with the real prize in the stall. Libertarian with livestock trying to silence them all.
The chat is
Gary
after
in the
it.
group chat. We got him on the farm fraud. Messi tweeting back fake news. I just love my cows, y'all. Imagine the audit, sir. What the W2s for the move? These are emotional support, Veins, IRS. She out here doing interviews, filling on the teeth. While he's smoking voters, trying not to lose the seat. Moral of the story, never miss the barn with the bank. Cause one bad break up in your cow money on display. 95 BPM, riding slow like a tractor in the lane. Thomas Massie got the game looking like a barnyard chain. Cow money.
Send help.
Yeah, well, you tried and it failed because you hired the wrong creators, dude. You hired the wrong creators.
They hired the wrong creators.
Send help.
I mean, folks, that is, I don't need, yeah, we're going to remove, we can't play it twice in one episode.
I have an idea. I was thinking about this because I don't think we realize like the ability that we have to move the needle when we really feel like it's important to do that. I think that we need to spend some time looking at all of the House races that are out there, because really there's only like maybe 15 or 16 House races that are really even contestable right now, given the shifts that we've seen in redistricting and some of these congressional maps. There's probably only 15 or 16 House races that we need to pay attention to. I think we need to spend over the next couple of weeks looking at those races, finding out who the right candidates are, and really putting some effort into driving those candidates over the finish line, either in their primaries or in the general. And then we need to reach out to them and say, if you guys want some freaking help, you need to hire the right creators to help you.
No, I can't do that. That feels
Maybe
dirty
not
to me.
hire. Okay, maybe not hire, but we probably need to figure out which candidates we think are the right ones for the real America First agenda, and figure out what we can do to help push them over the finish line.
We can bring them on. We can talk. I don't want their money. I don't want their money.
Yeah.
I don't want any of their money at all. I'm not interested in any of it. We do have one, by the way. We've got our buddy Rob Atkerson up there in Georgia 11, who's got a runoff, a primary runoff coming up here. Georgia 11 or Georgia 13. Common Sense from TikTok. And in fact, he wants to come back on. We need to figure out when that runoff is. I believe it is next week after next. And we need to get him back on.
California votes on Tuesday. It's California, right?
Yeah.
California votes on Tuesday.
They do. So we're going to have a candidate on from California on the 1st, on Monday before Tuesday. See if we can help move the needle. It's important. We're going to help.
But
Rob
we
is fighting
can't
hard. You're
move
right,
any
Stephanie. Rob is
needles
fighting hard.
If everybody doesn't go like and subscribe and do all the things and share this on all the social media platforms and do all the things, because we got to have a bigger audience if we're going to actually move the needle. As much as I hate that, we have to.
We do.
Well, I'm okay with just moving the needle. I'm not suggesting we go out and solicit money to do this, but I think that this audience has the ability to have a say in what the next Congress looks like. And we need to take advantage of that. We need to figure out who these candidates are, what they stand for, if we can get them on the show and poke and prod just to make sure that they are in fact the people that we need them to be, then we need to get behind them and we need to help. I don't care if they're in freaking Utah or if they're in Montana, wherever those contestable seats are, we need to be throwing our weight into those races as much as possible.
100%. Completely agree. Do you know what else is going to throw a lot of weight into the midterms? Accountability.
Yeah.
Accountability. Because, I mean, we all know that the biggest complaint from the FAGAs, go ahead and drink. The FAGAs, go ahead and drink, that are out there, and that, no, I wasn't a skip. I did it again. The FAGAs, go ahead and drink. The biggest complaint that they had is that nothing's happening. And then, as we know, things happen and they just move on to the next thing and they pretend like that thing that they said wasn't happening didn't happen when it did happen. Well, shit's happening. Do you want to see
shit's happening?
Do you want to see some 2 examples of shit that's happening?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
A blaze of glory in her final month, because she will be. Tulsi's going to go out in a blaze of glory in her final month, because she will be able to release in succession some extraordinary evidence of foreign interference in our election in 2020 and since. The intelligence community has known a lot more about active measures from China and Iran and other enemies that it did not make public. Instead, it gave a false intelligence community, gave the Americans a false sugar pill, saying that the 2020 election was the most secure in history. She will systematically destroy that narrative.
I'm going to pause. I want to address this message, this comment real quick. Hey, everybody. Hey, Elise, that's the entire point of the after hours. Everybody's going to be wasted except for PatriotDad. He's lame. He doesn't drink. Anyway, back to the original.
Well, let's be clear. PatriotDad abused that privilege and no longer drinks.
That is fair. That is very fair. And that
is fair.
Totally fair.
And I've been corrupted by these Friday night things because I rarely drank. Like, less than a handful of times in an entire year for years and years, because I just am not a big fan. But we started doing these Friday night shows, and yeah, so here we are.
Yep. All right, so we're going to go back
to given. If you show up in the audience for the shit show on Fridays, you're kind of doing it at your own risk. I mean, that's kind of the deal, right?
I mean,
like,
if you
show up at your own risk.
It's a shit show. We make it very well known.
Yeah, I mean,
we don't hide it.
It's literally in the title. Let the shit show begin.
But also,
the title of the episode.
But also, if you're expecting to show up to like a super polished, like well produced, like professional podcast, even on a Monday or a Wednesday, this probably isn't the podcast for you.
No. All right,
but we have good information, and I'm funny.
Yes, SK's funny. I'm funny. PatriotDad is not funny, like, at all. All right, here we go. We're going back. And go.
Now, I think she'll be briefing senators soon on states whose voter databases were penetrated by China. That could move the needle on some of these senators voting for the Save America Act. I think there's a tranche of documents that Tulsi Gabbard needs from OMB. If you're listening, Russ Vote, pay attention to this. This is important. There is concern that Ukraine was involved in a 2024 scheme to take a large federal grant that was given to Ukraine and launder it back to the Biden 2024 campaign. We're not talking about Hunter Biden grift in 2014. We're talking contemporaneously in 2024. The evidence of whether that occurred or not sits in OMB's files, because OMB is currently running the U.S. Agency for International Development. If she can get those documents, she could make a criminal referral to the FBI. Thus far, she doesn't have those documents. So I hope Russ Vote jumps into action pretty quickly. The third thing, so those are the foreign interference things. You could have cheating, a U.S. taxpayer money going to Joe Biden's campaign. That's what the intercepts that we talked about a month ago showed. The proof of that, and I've even talked to some U.S. intelligence community sources who are familiar with what they believe happened here. The proof of that is sitting in USAID records currently in Russ Vote's possession. The second part of this is what the FBI is doing. Sometimes you don't get a mobster for being a mobster. You get them on taxes, or you get them on some other violation. The election workers down at the state levels who changed the rules of election from what their legislatures mandated in Wisconsin, in Georgia, in Arizona can be criminally prosecuted if they did so knowingly and willing, meaning that the legislature said you should do X, but you ran the election this way because that's what you wanted to do. That is what the FBI is beginning to interview people day in and day out doing. And if they build enough evidence with these workers that instructions were given contrary to what the legislator's intent was, you will have a full-blown cheating scandal. The cheating will be they didn't conduct the election the way the law said. That's a little different than what people thought. It's not machines flipping votes, but it's still a form of cheating. It's still depriving the American public of a fair election.
Yep.
That's where the FBI is going. And yesterday, there was a big win in North Carolina. Isn't getting the attention it deserves. North Carolina bureaucrats in the election regime wanted to start registering people who had never set foot in North Carolina and didn't live in California. In North Carolina. They wanted to give them voter registration status even though they don't live in the state. A judge said that is ludicrous. But those are some of those bureaucratic deep state power moves that are cheating elections. A judge beat that back. Things like that went on in 2020, and that's what Kash Patel is pursuing.
Now, I have a question for you. How is it possible that China could penetrate a state's election system? I thought we were told that none of their election systems were online.
Did you? I understand. I understand what you're saying. However, so there's two parts to this. What he actually said was they didn't penetrate the voting machines. They penetrated the voter rolls, and they put people on the rolls. And then when people showed up to vote, they were considered registered voters. And then they were allowed to vote without ID. That's what he said. And that's super easy to do because those are online. I mean, those voter rolls are, guys, I want everybody to listen to me closely. Listen to me closely. I have been in the cybersecurity industry for 29 years. The first 8 years of my cybersecurity career were in the United States Marine Corps. The second enlistment, my second 4 years in the United States Marine Corps in cybersecurity, was at the Marine Corps Network Operations and Security Center, where I managed the Marine Computer Emergency Response Team. If you understand what that means, we were responsible for watching foreign nation state attack traffic, targeting our networks at all 35 points of presences around the world, which means we were monitoring foreign nation state attack traffic into our networks everywhere around the world. This was in 2002 to 2006. I'm going to try to say China was everywhere back then. Okay?
China.
Everywhere back then. And they've only gained a larger foothold since then. There is no industry in this country that China does not have a foothold into. Not one. They have just chosen to not pull the lever yet. Everybody needs to understand that, right? So when he says that you may have had foreign interference, he mentioned voter rolls. They were able to add voters to the voter rolls, which creates what they used to call back in 2020 the voter roll credit system, where you knew who had voted and who didn't, and then you're able to send mail-in ballots for those people who haven't voted, who just got shoved into the voter rolls, and then you create a mail-in ballot with no ID and you send it in, and boom, you have a vote, right? You didn't have to flip a vote in a computerized system at all. All you had to do was put a registered voter on the voter rolls and then send a ballot in for that registered voter. Super easy to do.
Is it California that has had that people have shown their ballots where when you vote for a certain person that's a Republican, the little window thing, you can see that it's colored in?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
SK, did you just send us something in text?
I did.
What is that?
It's a Truth Social post from Trump about the failing New York Times criticizing the magnificent restoration of the reflecting pool.
Well, listen, we're not going to get to any of that fun stuff because we've actually made it 3 videos into 55 media.
Well, then let's go.
Step
on the gas, bus driver.
Let's go. But so understand what he just said. So there was a lot to that video. We probably should have broken it up into 3 parts. So from the election perspective, right? You're not going to change the outcome of 2020. It's a done deal. There's literally no mechanism to go back and say, yes, everything that happened after that 2020 election is nullified. There's no possible way to do that. But the people need to be punished. The avenues in which it happened need to be identified and need to be shut down. And then when you punish the people who did it, and then you also let them know that, hey, we're watching and it's not going to happen again, at least under this administration. There's no telling what'll happen in subsequent administrations. But I firmly believe, and I know President Trump firmly believes this, if you solve this problem now, you will never actually get back to the place where they can do this again and they can give you a puppet for a president when everybody knew Joe Biden in 2019 was literally cognitively incapable of doing the job, but they could cheat the system, put him up there as a puppet, and then they could run the country. They all knew, and this gets into Joe Biden and everything that she did, but they all knew who he was, and they did it on purpose.
Yep.
So that they could put him up there, and he was just some dude over here who did nothing, and then they could basically abscond with all of his powers, his constitutional powers. And that's exactly what they did for 4 years.
Yep.
That's exactly what they did.
That's exactly right. And it probably explains a little bit of what Joe Biden is trying to do right now by running out there and trying to provide cover for the people who use Joe Biden as a sock puppet, because that's basically what he was. He was a sock puppet president and an Autopen. So she's running around the country now saying that she thinks that Joe Biden suffered a stroke during that debate where he literally melted in front of the American people. Problem is, he'd been melting in front of the American people every time he got in front of a microphone, in front of a camera for years. So for her to come out and say that she thinks he was having a stroke is a pretty clear indication that she feels it really, really necessary to provide cover for somebody. And that somebody are probably some of the targets for what's getting ready to happen here in Fulton County. Did you guys also see it? I don't have the details in front of me because I'm on my phone.
No, I'm pushing back. I'm pushing back on that. The only person she is providing cover for is herself.
Maybe.
The only person. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the Democrat Party is pissed that she is even coming out and doing this. They want everybody to completely forget what happened with Joe Biden. They don't want to ever have to talk about this or address it or the Autopen. They want it to completely disappear, because the more you look into it, the worse it gets.
Can we talk about the Autopen? Because we haven't talked about the Autopen since we first started this podcast. We can't.
But I'm going to tell you, she is trying to protect herself. She's writing a book because they're fucking broke and they have no ability to make money on their own if they're not grifting off of Joe Biden's power. Nobody in the Biden orbit, the Biden family, has any ability to do any of that.
Trashy.
So without Joe Biden's,
ever occupy the White House.
They're total fucking trash.
And that's saying a lot because the Clintons lived in the White House too.
That's right. SK brought up some really good information earlier. We talked about this months and months and months ago when we started looking at the signatures of those Autopen.
The Autopen.
Can I pause real quick? Can I pause you guys real quick?
Yep.
I have to go pee. I have to
go. Go pee. Bus driver.
I'm not lying, guys. I have got to go pee.
Park the bus.
So, the problem is we can't bring any media up at all. So you're going to have to be super fast.
Just talk for 2
We don't
minutes.
need any media. We don't need any media. Wash your hands, Nom. I know you can hear me. Okay.
SK, you remember looking at those templates that were used?
Yes, I'm telling you right now, no one will ever convince me that the template for the Autopen was not signed by Jill Biden.
That's right.
And if you've ever worked at a bank or a pharmacy or anywhere that you've had to look at signatures a lot and make sure that it's not forged, you will probably see the same thing I see when you look at the Autopen signature and then you look at Jill Biden's signature. And I went and pulled a bunch of Jill Biden's signatures, and I'm sorry.
The R's look very similar, don't they?
Well, and the B. But listen, I am not a handwriting expert. I don't know what you have to do to get certified in that. But if you worked at a bank or a pharmacy, you're basically an expert, maybe even more so than the actual experts. I don't know. But I'm telling you right now, no one will convince me that Jill Biden did not sign that template for the Autopen. And also, does anyone know where the log went for the Autopen and when it was used?
Well, I hope that the impeachment attorney, who's in charge of the impeachment investigations, I hope he has that, because, oh, not the impeachment. I'm sorry. What's the word I'm thinking of? Not the impeachment.
The weaponization.
Exactly, Stephanie Carter. Okay, now you have control. You can put stuff on the screen. What's that box that says, hold on, in the Dropbox, there's a folder. I just saw it yesterday, I think. There's a folder that says, like, it might be the random media one.
Oh, yeah, we do have a random media.
Yeah, go to that one.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe not. No.
What are you?
It's not the random media one. I'll get it. I was.
What are you trying to find?
Here, I'm just gonna put it in there. I can take it right out of my screenshots. The Autopen.
While you're looking for this, I want to listen. I want to explain, because one of you, PatriotDad, you said something that triggered. The reason why Jill Biden is doing this now is because they know that the DOJ and the FBI is getting close to this, right? She would not be just randomly coming out. She wrote a memoir trying to make some money, fine, whatever. Who the fuck is going to buy Dr. Jill Biden's book about her cover-up? Who's going to buy that?
Nobody.
Who's going to buy it? Nobody. This was a cover your ass, try to make a little bit of money. Maybe you get a book advance from some moronic publishing company who just donates to Democrats for whatever reason, for no whatever. The DOJ is getting close. You guys, listen. All of this, these are not little independent things that all happened. They are being stitched together in the years-long criminal, seditious conspiracy against President Trump, but also this country. Because
that's right.
Stealing an election and everything that they did, and then the coordination, the collaboration between local, state, and the intelligence community, who, according to John Solomon, they have evidence that the intelligence community knew that this was all happening. They had evidence, they had intelligence of foreign influence, but they covered it up just like they did. They had exculpatory evidence in Russia collusion. They had exculpatory evidence in the Ukraine impeachment hoax. And they had exculpatory evidence in the January 6th bullshit that led to, the cases against President. They all knew all of this stuff has worked together. And I got to be honest with you, they are stitching this all together into what is going to be a massive, massive, massive conspiracy case.
I don't buy for a second that the intelligence community just covered it up. Not for 1 second. What I mean by that is I'm pretty convinced, after watching how the Russian collusion hoax played out and all the players that were connected to U.S. intelligence, to Five Eyes, to British intelligence, all of those that were paid, some of them were paid by the FBI. Many of them were on the payroll of our intelligence agencies. I'm not going to accept for a second that they just saw it and decided not to say anything. They actively participated and may have even been the source of this seditious conspiracy, running through Five Eyes, through MI6, through British intelligence, through Italy, through Halper and all these guys that were involved in it. They weren't just like, we just don't want people to see this. They were doing it. They were leading it.
So are you saying it's this? Hold on real quick. Are you saying this is the exact same countries that we call NATO allies that are refusing to actually help reorganize the global structure in Iran with the blockade?
Yes.
And I mean, it's the same.
Yes, it's the globalist. It's the globalist system, folks. We've been fighting the same war against the same people that has reared their ugly heads over and over and over again, and saw Donald Trump as the existential threat to their system the minute he came down the elevator. They knew exactly what he represented to the globalist
Excuse me.
system. Some
That's
other
a
people
golden
did too.
Escalator. It's an escalator, not an
Golden,
elevator.
sorry, golden escalator. I always do
Thank
that.
you.
What they knew
I
the
almost died on an
existential threat.
escalator a couple weeks ago.
You listen. You did not almost die on an escalator.
Well, I almost fell in
Keep
front
that
of a
thought.
lot of
This
people.
I want to dig into this a little bit. I want to dig in.
I
How did you
put
almost
all
die
the-
on an escalator?
Oh, so prior to the wedding, Thursday. I
Did you
think
get a
it was.
shoestring stuck in the escalator?
No.
Perimenopause. That's how. Perimenopause.
Yeah,
Perimenopause,
we'll just blame it on
perimenopause,
that
yeah.
because that sounds good.
Perimenopause,
No,
yeah,
my
yeah.
10-year-old daughter and I were at the mall. We were going to get some last minute stuff, and she has to have me holding her hand when she gets on the escalator. And it was towards the end of the night. Everything was starting to close, and we were trying to hurry to Sephora. And so I was kind of a little bit in front of her, like 2 steps. I wasn't like in front of her. And when we got, actually, she was right beside me when we got to the escalator. But I think because I was focused on getting to Sephora, I wasn't paying attention. And I just like got on the escalator. And then I hear this super sad voice say, "Mom." And I turn around and I'm like a quarter of the way up already. And I was like, "Oh shit." And I like started running down the escalator as it came up. And when I hit the bottom of the escalator with my foot, I almost bit it right in front of like the whole mall.
That would have been hilarious. That would have been. Now I get. So you're going down, and then you hit it hard, and
I
you
hit it. I
yes,
hit my
yes.
foot because like it was
Yes.
moving. So I was running.
Yeah, you're going up and
down.
you're going down. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, the
100%.
escalator was going up and I was running down. And when I hit that last step, it like wasn't moving. And my body, I guess, wasn't
when you
exactly
were-
prepared for that.
When you were a kid and you were just figuring, but after you'd learned escalators, did you ever like go the opposite direction on escalators on purpose
yeah.
and just kind of,
Uh-huh.
oh yeah, I think everybody did at one point.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, but except when you're older, like when you're in your 40s and you're going the opposite way, and then you hit when it's not moving, like your body doesn't like adjust as quickly and as fast. And I was like, "Oh," and like,
Yep,
you know,
that's definitely
kinda
perimenopause.
took an
Yeah.
extra step.
You probably could have hyper extended a knee and blamed it on perimenopause.
But
Anyway,
I didn't.
I-
I didn't hurt myself, but I almost bit it in
Did.
front of everybody at the mall.
Well, I would have paid money to see that. So the patriotic critical thinker asked a really good question, and I just assume that everybody knows this, but they probably don't. What is Five Eyes? So Five Eyes, there's 5 eyes, there's 7 eyes, there's 13 eyes. What it is they are intelligence sharing relationships with our allies. So the 5 eyes, if I'm not mistaken, is the United States, Canada, it's UK, it's Australia. That's 4.
New Zealand.
New Zealand
I think
is the.
I think New Zealand's in that. Yeah.
I think so. So those are very strategic, very tight intelligence sharing relationships where any intelligence we get, we share it with them, they share it with us, and then we have a larger group, which is 7 eyes, which is add some more in there. But the 7 eyes people, the extra 2, don't always get what the 5 eyes people get, right? So you basically have like traffic light protocol, TLP, if you understand, threat intelligence, there's different sort of levels of what you can share with who. So that's how you're describing it. So, and then you've got 13 eyes where, the 8 more beyond the first 5 don't get what the first 5 get. And then from the 7 to the 13, there's 6. Anyway, that's what 5 eyes is. It's a very, very tight, very close-knit intelligence sharing relationship between countries. And then you got 7 eyes and 13 eyes, all those things.
But I want to add to this because what Nam just told you is kind of the technical explanation of what those relationships are designed to do. But this is what those relationships are really designed to do. They enable our intelligence agencies, our FBI, and weaponized government to do things that our own government is constitutionally prohibited from doing. Like,
explain that.
Like, if we want to spy on an American citizen, but we can't because you don't have a warrant, Well, then all you got to do is reach out to your Five Eyes partners and let them do it for you.
You do know, by the way, that Section 702 of the Patriot Act is, in fact, a violation of your Fourth Amendment rights, right?
Yes.
I mean, a court literally ruled that right before Biden left office, but they didn't announce the ruling until January of 2025.
I would like to add the stipulation that you have no constitutional right from the UK spying on you, which is what PatriotDad was explaining about how you can use these intelligence sharing relationships with your intelligence sharing partners. If you can get the UK to say, hey, I want to spy on Donald Trump, our intelligence services cannot do that legally unless, of course, they can come up with unless they come up with a FISA warrant to do it. And we understand.
Yeah, I mean, they just
unless you get the opposition to
way,
pay for a Steele dossier, and
Well, now hold on. This is the interesting part about it, right? So our intelligence agencies could not create the Steele dossier. They could have a UK person create the Steele dossier and say this is British intelligence, and because of the Five Eyes relationships, they feed it into our intelligence community, and it works its way into the Department of Justice, and then that's how you then get a FISA warrant. When the Obama intelligence apparatus used one of our Five Eyes partners to initiate and create the entire thing to create the FISA warrants and all of it. That's how
it wasn't just one. No, it wasn't just one.
It was Australia.
I mean, Australia was involved. The UK.
Yes. Almost every one of our Five Eyes partners was involved in the initial Russia collusion hoax.
But I think we have some new people in the chat. So aside from liking and subscribing and sharing and doing all the things, if you guys don't know, Christopher Steele, the Steele dossier.
Who is someone saying we're making this shit up? Who's saying we're making this up?
His boss and mentor was Richard Dearlove. And that's important for you to remember, especially when you're listening to anything about Candace Owens, because the Farmer family and the Dearloves, yeah.
Sally.
This is fascinating. This is fascinating.
No, it's a really good question, because this gets to the crux of how the globalist system works, right? So we've been told for decades that the British, the Italians, the French, the Australians, the New Zealanders, Canada, all of these countries, these NATO partners for the most part, are supposed to be our allies. And yet they're not allies of the American people. They are allies of other globalists who are part of the globalist system. So when the Obama administration, Hillary Clinton, and the globalists, the imperialists in the Democrat Party need allies to provide them with intelligence, they've got willing partners in the Five Eyes countries, in the Seven Eyes countries, and particularly in British intelligence that will do whatever their globalist imperialist friends need them to do. Because make no mistake, the globalists exist. Let me say it this way. The globalists permeate every country. They're not exclusive to this country or Europe or Canada. They are an ideological network of radical progressives, socialists, communists, really just a lot of people who sometimes don't care about any of that stuff. They just want to get rich using the globalist system, and they know they can use politics to do it. And they will partner together to destroy anything and anybody who stands against their ability to continue to get rich and control and dominate the world. So this idea that the British are allies of America is false. The British, the Canadians, the Australians are allies of their progressive partners in other countries and will always do the bidding of those partners. Always.
Because they all have similar...
They have vested interests.
Vested interests. Right. They all have vested interests, and their vested interest is the ability. Frankly, I mean, if you look back in the last 50 years, their vested interest is to suckle on the teat of the U.S. productivity, extract as much as they can from the U.S. taxpayer to feed and pay for their lifestyles. I mean, if you look across Europe, there's been, and PatriotDad, you probably know this way more than I do, how much of the socialist lifestyle that Europe celebrates and that Bernie Sanders says is the ideal, have we actually funded because we've paid for their defense? I mean, there's been so many studies over the last 5 years that
basically their entire universal
almost all of
process.
it. They would have none of the socialist safety nets that they have if we were not on the hook for all of their defense. That's the whole. That's the whole gambit, right?
We're
that's
basically
the whole
supporting the entire world at this point in time. Well, not quite as much since Donald Trump's been in office, but
and that's why they want to kill him. That's why they've tried to kill him 4 fucking times. Right?
Well, yeah, other reasons too. But also, as entertaining as this conversation is, the chat, we do have a new person in the chat. I would like to welcome Chris P46. For future chat time, we're going to need you to add. We're going to need you to add bacon. We're going to need you to add bacon to the end of your name, because Chris P just isn't going to cut it. It's going to need to be Chris P Bacon. But also, it's been touch and go with Chris a little bit. He wasn't really sure if he understood everything that in the chat, and it was kind of touch and go between some of our normal P1 people and Chris P, but they all worked it out. And K Pasto has told everyone that they are now making it official. Chris P does want to be chat friends with everyone in the chat. So round of applause to the chat.
Listen,
a new member.
Chris P.
I have no idea what you're talking about at all.
I'm going. Listen. I'm going to make a command decision. I'm going to make an absolute command decision because the back office team created a video for us, and this we're gonna change.
Wait! Before we go into that, I need you to know that Devil Dog is hilarious.
Devil Dog is funny. Devil Dog likes making fun of my fucking finger.
Because after
Devil Dog, you know what, Devil Dog, where are you?
Hold on. Right after. You got just the tip just then, Devil Dog.
No, actually, he got everything except the tip. He got everything except the tip.
But after everyone decided to make it official in the chat with Chris P. Bacon, he said, "It's okay. I love you guys. It's all good. I love you guys." And Devil Dog said, "Whoa."
He sounds Canadian. I'm sorry. He sounds Canadian.
For the L word, we just
he sounds Canadian. He sounds Canadian. I don't know if he is, but listen, I got to be honest with you. So, guarding the grid, the back office team, they put together this entire video, and it seems like a good time
Chris
to sort
is
of change
girl.
things up.
My bad.
My
I don't
goodness.
misgender anyone.
Sorry, Chris.
Oh wow, SK, you totally flubbed that one. Totally just misgendered the new person.
I did.
Wow.
Well, that's fair.
Chris
is a dude's name.
Offended.
I'm sorry.
Trump supporters are not easily offended. So
can I give some props to the freaking back office team and play this? I haven't even seen this. None of us have seen this. This is literally a first reaction for all three of us. Okay.
This could be very dangerous. This
is called Discombobulator, and this is from the back office team. They sent this over with SK. You may like to know they remade our exit video for you and for PatriotDad. Your images in that are going to be different going out.
Are we not going to watch that at the end? We have to watch that.
We are. I just wanted to let you know this is the two things. And I have a feeling. So I saw Guarding the Grid on Wednesday talking about wait until you see what we've been working on. I think this is what they've been working on. I don't know. I haven't seen it. This is a first reaction from all three of us. Ready to go.
Introducing products from the Patriot Source back office. That's right, fresh from the cluttered glory of the back office, we bring you revolutionary satirical products that Big Woke doesn't want you to have. These products are 100% made in the USA, specifically the 87 square foot back office behind the podcast studio.
You talked about the weapon, the discombobulator.
Yeah,
what is that?
Discombobulator. Well, I'm not allowed to talk about it.
But what does it do?
They even talk about the discombobulator because they never got a shot off.
That's right, folks. The new and improved Discombobulator 3000. The only satirical weapon guaranteed to turn your most annoying opponent into a babbling, pants-dropping mess of pure confusion. With patented quantum nonsense technology, the discombobulator doesn't just defeat your foe, it makes them defeat themselves. Watch as logic evaporates.
Let me be precise.
Oh my God.
You can do. Women are not without electrical, not allowed, so not without. My memory is so bad I let you speak.
Or for a less loony approach, try the brand new sleep mode. One blast and your enemies go straight to sleep. A perfect way to deal with Antifa. How about for those pesky No Kings protesters? Or for the person that stole SK's last ice cream sandwich out of the Patriot Source freezer.
Oh my God, not the ice cream sandwich.
The Discombobulator 3000. Because sometimes the best way to win an argument is to make everyone too confused to remember what the argument was about. Side effects may include uncontrollable giggling, sudden career changes to professional mime, and an inexplicable urge to apologize to squirrels.
I love it. This was awesome.
Was great.
Hey, Nom, this might be a really good time to jump into some of the James Talarico stuff,
But
because
also
this guy has been zapped with the discombobulator in ways that I don't think people are even aware. Talk about being discombobulated.
But also,
Well,
the
listen.
Autopen, I need to show people in the chat what I was talking about with the signatures. But also, I
we've
heard
seen
today
all
in
of that.
TikTok, on a TikTok
I've got
panel,
a.
somebody crashed
so
out
everybody-
and they called somebody a blue-haired beluga whale.
Listen, I have to redo the entire green room because we got through exactly 4 out of 20 items in our.
We
in our-
have,
in
hey,
our
you know
4.
what?
4
Hey,
out of
you know
20.
what, Nom?
That's just what I had staged. We got through 4 out of 20 of
But
them.
you know what? When PatriotDad has to go because he's being summoned, you and I can keep going. There's no rules that say we have to stop.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was all the serious stuff, right? So, okay. So now let's get to. So you want to do? What do you want? You want to do this?
So the signatures.
Well,
we
can't
need people to
stop.
see.
No, because listen, we cannot. You guys realize that the White House literally put out a website that exposed the existence of aliens walking among us, right?
Yep.
Are we going to ignore that? We can't ignore that. Because
Well, we
this
did.
is
I already did a video on it, and I think everyone probably already saw that video.
Oh, that's lame. All right, never mind. I thought it was gonna be funny. I did. I actually did a video and I deleted it because I'm like, that's stupid.
I thought it was pretty funny. I showed it to my wife, and she rolled her eyes. She's like,
hugely funny.
It was
Are you talking about
hilarious.
the ambiguously gay duo one?
No, we're talking about the aliens.gov website.
That
Pull
was
it up, Nom.
hilarious. That was a
Pull it
giant.
up.
That was a huge troll.
I
There were
literally
lots
just
of
deleted
people.
it. It was
You just
the
deleted it?
greatest troll. I'll bring it back up. Did you guys see this? Hold on. Now, PatriotDad, you've got your readers on. I don't have mine on, so you're going to have to read this.
SK, I can't because I'm looking at a
I
postage
can
stamp.
read it.
I can't see
can
it.
read it.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm
SK,
here too,
SK.
Nom.
All right, SK. Well, listen, you may have better eyes than me. You're a lot younger than we are.
I mean,
So
I
listen,
had surgery.
folks, everybody needs to understand. If you haven't seen this, we're going to do it anyway because this was when this came out, it changed the world for about 15 seconds. And everybody's like, "Holy shit, that was the greatest troll that ever happened,
Ever
like in the history
Ever.
of trolls.
in the
Ever,
history
everybody
of
was
ever.
waiting."
But then you have to show the video that they showed after that because that was even better.
Oh, I've got both of them. I've got both.
All
of
right.
them.
All
Which,
right.
by
But
Play
show
the
way,
play the
I had-
where it
screenshot.
says zoom in here and zoom in here and zoom.
Which-
read the
which-
caption.
Well, you're going to read SK.
Okay.
Because I can't I can't read this. I literally tried to make a video of this and my bad eyes couldn't read it fast enough.
Where are your
Time to
glasses?
get your
I
readers.
thought you were getting glasses.
I don't have them. I don't know.
Get them.
No, I'm not getting any of those fucking
You
things.
got to get some readers. Just get on Amazon and
No,
order.
I
them.
wear
Dude,
contacts.
these are Oakleys. Look how cool these are. Oakleys.
They're
These things
super
are
cool,
awesome.
PatriotDad.
Excuse me. Have you ever tried to put readers on over top of contacts?
Well, no, I don't wear contacts.
You had LASIK
so.
years ago. I understand.
I
I did
did
not do
too.
the LASIK years ago. So
Well, I
I
had
have
PRK.
contacts. Whatever it is. Anyway, guys, don't worry about it. Here we go. SK, you're reading because the world needs to know that there are aliens walking among us. Are we ready?
Sure.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Oh, I'm supposed to read
SK,
that.
you're supposed to read this. There's
Okay.
no sound. This
Okay.
is the website
It says they
that
walk
they put
among
up.
us.
Are
Got
you
it.
ready?
Got
Are you
it.
ready?
Now I'm ready.
All right. Read out loud. It's going to go fast, so you got to
I
read
got
quickly.
it.
Go.
It says they walk among us. For 60 years, the U.S. government has kept a closely guarded secret. Aliens have been walking among us, living in our neighborhoods, and interacting with us in our daily lives. They've shopped in the same stores, attended the same classes as our children, and lived seemingly normal human existence. With one exception, they do not belong here. Millions arrived under the cover of darkness and embedded themselves directly into our society. Countless presidents, congressmen, and senior officials know exactly what was happening. Instead of protecting American citizens, they chose to cover it up and even accelerate the invasion until one man finally had the courage to tell them the truth. Bold, unapologetic, unafraid. President Trump was the first to call out the real danger. Aliens pose to every American family, every community, and the future of our nation. The truth is no longer out there. It is right here, right now. FBI top secret. Scroll to continue. Alien arrest map live.
They literally put out an illegal alien live interactive arrest map.
That was
after
tough.
all of that.
Did you see that number? Did you see that number at the bottom there? 3,190,000 people. I think 3,190,606 people. 3,190,600. Well, I thought people said that Donald Trump had failed in his promise to deport a bunch of people. Well, maybe that has to do with the fact that you've got a bunch of federal judges out there who are blocking every effort to try to get these people out of the country. But over 3 million illegal immigrant encounters and arrests. And what,
Yeah.
16 months, 17
I'm
months?
glad you appreciate my reading skills because
That was very good.
tough.
I'll tell you, when
For
I
what-
tried to make that video, I had to record it like 12 times because I could not keep up with the screen.
I literally did too. But listen, I want to address this. I want to address it from Bog's chips because this is important, right? So I go to the eye doctor every year. I get contacts because I'm nearsighted. Like PatriotDad did LASIK
20 years ago. No, it was 20 years ago. 20 years ago.
20 years ago. I
By
never
the way,
did LASIK.
still 20/20 nearsighted vision from that work 20 years ago.
But before that, I'm like nearly legally blind, nearsighted. Like I can't see. It's really, really bad. So I've worn contacts.
I need
all
to
my
tune
life.
up. I do.
Hold on. Yeah, all of my life. And all the way up until this year. So Mrs. Nom has been in readers for like 3 years. Like it's bad. She's in readers for like 3 years. So I go to the eye doctor here as we get down to southern Mississippi. And I go to an eye doctor and it's this dude and he writes out the prescription and I go on 1-800-contacts because that's right. I give them Walmart contacts or whatever. Order my contacts. And they literally send me, I give them my prescription, I upload it, and they send me 1 point over what I actually ordered. I needed 2.25 and they send me 3.25.
2. I've never had a 2.
Yeah. Well, that's in one. The other one's 3.0 in the other. So 3.0 in one, 2.25 in one eye. And they sent me 3.25. And the guy literally, because I was starting to lose some of my farsightedness, he was actually trying to adjust one farsighted, one nearsighted, and they screwed it all up. And I called them and they're like, I'm sorry, that's what it says on your thing, 3.25 on the prescription. It's just horrible handwriting. So they won't change it. They wouldn't exchange them. So I've got one eyeball that is fucked. And I can't read anything.
Well, I had a PRK.
And one eyeball that's totally fucked and I can't read anything.
I had PRK.
And I'm $300 into 180 daily contacts for it. So I'm screwed.
I had a PRK, which is exactly like LASIK. Instead of the flap, they scrub the top couple layers off your eyeball and then do the laser, and you grow it back so you don't have a flap that can dislodge or whatever. And they can tune it up as many times as you need. And they adjusted one for up close and one for far away, because I'm nearsighted. I can see up close, but I can't see far away. But as I'm getting older, I can't see quite as well up close. But the doctor was like, that's why we're doing it this way. So then it'll adjust, but it takes a second. And sometimes I have to like close my eyes and figure out which one's adjusted to what.
Well, I couldn't see anything that I was reading. I noticed it when I was making content and I'm trying to read the little embeds, things that I put in there. And I'm like, I can't freaking read that. And sure enough, I need readers. So I got some sweet ass.
Hold on. I want to get this. Hold on. Where was it? Here we go. Bog ships. Yes, I understand. But the eye doctor is the reason I'm in the position I am in now, because he can't freaking write, and 1-800 contacts will not accept the actual prescription because the one I uploaded is wrong.
Boggs?
They said it says negative 3.25 when it should actually be negative 2.25. And I've already got them, and they won't take them back because that's what it literally said on the prescription I uploaded. I'm screwed. And they're not going to replace me.
Boggs is legally blind. Boggs has 14.5 in one eye and 12 in the other.
Holy
I
crap.
didn't know that. Well, then why the fucking Boggs? Why are we?
You're not even close to legally blind, Mom.
Comments right now, Boggs.
No. Well, I feel like I am, but.
So you're going to show the next video. So after the White House posted that, which by the way was by far the most epic troll of what I think is probably the most entertaining White House in all of White House history. These guys are so much fun to watch. But then they posted this clip. Nom, you have that one? Can you show that? Because I showed this to my daughter, and so Patriot Princess just laughed her butt off when she saw this. She thought it was freaking hilarious.
All right, here we go.
Freaking love. They used the UFO to pick up the alien, and then they dropped them on the other side of the fence. That was hilarious.
Well, but that was the entire point.
Sorry, Patriot Princess just stuck her head in. She's like, "What are you?" Remember when I showed you the video of the UFO picking up the illegal alien and dropping them on the other side of the fence, and you laughed at it? Okay, whatever.
Anyway,
close the door. Thank you.
They're so fun, aren't they?
I don't know how we did it, but we got through absolutely nothing.
We still have time, Nom. We don't have to end.
No, we got to do the James Talarico, because if we're talking
and the
about
Autopen.
Let's do the Autopen, because people were asking in the chat about the Autopen.
Are you serious? Okay, we'll do the Autopen.
Can you show the comparison of the signatures real quick?
We can do Autopen stuff.
I'm absolutely convinced that this was not Joe Biden that signed off on the templates that were used for the pardons and all of the executive orders, all of this stuff, because the guy was a potato. He was literally a potato through most of his administration.
Hold on, what did you label this? Because I saw it in there. What's it? It's labeled Autopen. They're all images.
They're all images.
AU Autopen. So it's just one. It's just one image.
No. There's more than one. Okay, that's the Autopen. Autopen A, Autopen B. Take a good look at it. I should have probably taken the time to put them side by side.
I literally only see one of these.
Why is my shit not uploading in here? What the hell?
No, it's there. I saw all of them earlier, but what are they called? They're not just all Autopen.
I labeled them. One was Autopen and the other ones were Autopen 2.
There's literally only one Autopen
hell?
file in here. There's one Autopen file.
Okay, we'll do your Talarico stuff and I'll fix it.
We'll come back to the Autopen. Yeah, there's that one. That's the only Autopen file that's in there is this one. So Autopen A, Autopen B. Anyway, all right, we'll come back to this, guys. We'll come back to this. We're losing.
Guys, I don't technology at all.
I don't. So. She said I don't technology. What do you want to do on Talarico there?
I mean, there's a bunch of Talarico stuff in there that we need to pull up.
I know what I want to do. I know what I want.
Okay, you take it where you want to go. There's a bunch of stuff in there because the American people need to know, particularly voters in Texas, need to know exactly who it is that we are being told is the next great hope of the Democrat Party in the Senate. I mean, you've already got Democrats who are abandoning Graham Plattner because of his Nazi Totenkopf tattoo. You've got Democrats who are coming out and saying that they are willing to surrender that seat in Maine because this guy Graham Plattner cannot be elected into that position. And then you've got the radical jihadists.
Wait, hold on. Are you serious?
Yeah. There's several of them coming out and saying, we're willing to let Susan Collins keep that seat because this guy cannot be the direction of the party. And then you've got...
hold on. Stop. Slow down. I want this podcast to take credit for forcing the Democrat Party into understanding that. Because...
That's right.
Do you remember every video I made, the position that I took, and you did too? The position that we took was we will not stand shoulder to shoulder with Nazis. If the Democrats want to, they can. But we're not fucking doing it. We're not linking arms with these people. Oh, what do you want to pull up?
Pull up the image of Sunni's live that's in there. I think it's under FAGA something or other. FAGA American Reich or American Reich FAGA.
Wait, did that ever get
we never
posted
watched
on
it.
YouTube
We never watched
or
I don't
TikTok
know.
or anything? Because I never saw any of it, and I was told some of the things that were said, and we need clips of that.
So that's a good question. We need to see if it's available out there. But Nom, you bring up such an incredible point. So you guys remember, of course you do. You remember during the Massie campaign, Nom and I and SK and every reasonable human being on the planet all took the very same position, which is there's only one simple litmus test in order to be part of MAGA, which is that you cannot, only one. There's only one.
I'll be right back.
This is it. Okay, there's only one. There's only one test that you have to pass, and that is no Nazis. That's not hard. It's pretty simple. You just can't be a Nazi. So reasonable people understand that. And it sounds like even some Democrats understand that. But yet these losertarians apparently don't. They don't get it. They don't understand it.
No, well, we boxed him in. I'm sorry. We did. We boxed him in. We boxed him in because for 10 years, the main argument before they came up with the Epstein hoax, and we all know what the Epstein hoax means, but literally before the Epstein hoax, the only claim that they had was MAGA are Nazis. MAGA is Hitler. They're literally Hitler, right? And then we had Thomas Massie hugging a dude wearing American Reich gear, which, listen, whatever. We all understand the weight that word carries, and they did it on purpose. You can't convince me otherwise. You will never convince me otherwise. And the guy who's wearing it 2 months before that is showing off his swastika on his Iron Cross, right? And we said immediately, no fucking Nazis.
None.
We don't do Nazis.
None. No. Do you know the best part? You know the best part of the American right grift that Sunni and the rest of these losertarians maybe have not yet caught on to? Do you guys know? Can you pull that up real quick? Put that on the big screen. Pull that on the big screen. So that guy right there on the right hand side, right? That's the founder of American Reich. And we're not going to spend a ton of time diving into his background because honestly, this organization is they have never enjoyed as much engagement than what this podcast has given them. I mean, we probably did more to build the ranks of their members than they could ever do on their own. But the point here is that they opened up the American Reich as an LLC. Understand what that means. It is a for-profit company. It is a company that they created to sell merchandise. This is a grift. They probably believe in most of what they probably believe in most in the concept of building this Fourth Reich, but they're platforming somebody who's just grifting and making money off of this. It's an LLC. It's a for-profit company. It's not even a nonprofit. It's not even a civic engagement organization. It is an organization that literally started to be able to sell products to people.
Hold on. Guarding. You're right. She does have less followers than you do on X. Guarding. You are absolutely right. She is basically a nobody, and she got more engagement out of this than any of us did. But she decided, and so the image we're showing here, instead of Sunni coming on this podcast and us actually having a debate about what all of this meant, listen, the American Reich brand, because it is a brand, it is an LLC, it's a for-profit merchandise company that was doing some weird things, and they decided to actually use as their poster child an actual Nazi who wore their brand to the Thomas Massie Creators for Massie event. I mean, listen, again, at the end of the day, elections and campaigns are snapshots and sound bites. And when you have that snapshot and those sound bites at the waning days of your campaign and you lose, it's because you're fucking retarded. I'm sorry.
That's right. It's not, retarded. It is not hard for reasonable people to see that and say, no Nazis. You're not welcome here. There's no Nazis. Even Democrats are capable of understanding that basic concept in politics is you just can't be a Nazi. So you're starting to see Democrats push back against this idea that Graham Plattner is the candidate for them. But what's also fascinating, he's a mess. He's a mess. But what's also fascinating is that the minute that Ken Paxton earned the nomination for the Republican ticket in the state of Texas, suddenly you started to see all of the sock puppets and the bot accounts that were driving Thomas Massie's engagement on social media immediately flipped. And now they are suddenly James Talarico sock puppets and bot accounts who are driving this idea that this guy is supposed to be the best hope for the Democrats to finally start to possibly flip Texas blue. The problem is this guy is an absolute nightmare, a nightmare in the state of Texas. He's a nightmare. Literally every video clip you find of this guy is him creating a caricature of what an actual Christian should sound like.
This is hilarious.
This,
can we appreciate this for just 1 minute?
I mean, come on. It's seriously.
Is it too early for this? Do we need to do some of the build up to get to this to understand why this is
now's
this is
the
so
perfect
great?
time.
PatriotDad, because I know you had a lot of fun with this.
There is never not a good time for a Talarico mailer that says the biggest divide in this country is not left versus right. It's top versus bottom. Cue the ambiguously gay duo.
I mean,
or the sparkle rainbows Talarico video.
This has to be an op. There's no way the Talarico campaign is real. This has to be somebody's political this has to be a joke. Is Ashton Kutcher behind this campaign? Is Punked doing this to the people of Texas? Seriously?
Yes.
No. No, they're not doing it to the people of Texas. They're doing it to the people who, for some ungodly reason, every 2 years, they all get excited that they're going to flip Texas blue. But it's what do you call it? It's the rug pull in New Jersey.
Yep.
It's the rug pull in California. There's a rug pull that happens in Texas, and this is it. This is the rug pull. We're going to turn this guy. We're going to make this fucking guy here.
Yeah, there you go. Sparkle rainbows. That's it.
Sparkle.
Also, Dad a Republican. Lisa, if you're watching, my bad.
Are they
I
watching?
put a bunch of random shit in a
Are they in our chat, or are they just watching?
all that shit I thought I was putting in our episode folder. Apparently,
You put it in the wrong folder, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's why I can't freaking find it.
Yeah.
I moved it.
SK was not lying when she says she does in technology. She can't even figure out which folder to put things in.
I'm technologically retarded.
Hold on, here we go.
Guys.
This made SK laugh out loud.
It did.
They are fighting all crime to save the day. They're extremely close in an ambiguous way. They're ambiguously gay. They're ambiguously gay. The ambiguously gay duo. The ambiguously gay duo. The ambiguously
Oh my gosh.
Beto O'Rourke and Talarico.
I'm sorry, this is Beto O'Cuck. It's Beto O'Cuck, by the way.
PatriotDad
Beto
so
O'Cuck
much
and is
trouble.
ambiguously gay, whatever the fuck he is. I don't even know what to make of Talarico. Is this guy real? Is he for real?
I don't know.
He is because this goes back a long way with him. This is not just a shtick. This is, I mean, just about every clip you find of this guy in the past is him doing everything he can to try to cloak himself in this social justice warrior, DEI, Black Lives Matter. It's like he's taken every single narrative of the left and he just pins it to his chest and he says, "This is who I am." What's this? For the record, I'm not.
That's what I'm saying.
Stop.
Kyle,
It's Star Spangled Kyle.
We love
For the
you,
record,
Kyle.
I'm not associated with the Sparkle Rainbow community.
Yes, and Kyle, we love you.
Kyle, we know.
We know. We love you, and we 100%
Kyle.
love you and accept you for who you are.
Listen,
you are perfect.
Is that the
just how
first
you
comment
are.
Kyle made in our chat
Tonight?
all night?
No, he said hi when he got here.
I got.
And then he laughed at
Listen,
me because I said I have to pee, but I thought I sent it like 20 minutes before it actually sent.
Listen,
All
I
right.
got to be honest with you. So, Mrs. Knob,
We're going to put the jokes aside here in a second, though, for this guy, because I actually have some things to say.
do you want me to play just the Talarico clips of all?
Yes.
The nonsense?
Hold on. I
Okay.
want everybody to know that MAGA doesn't hate people that are gay or lesbian.
We hate
or
fucking Marxists,
whatever.
communists, and socialists, and
We
that's it.
love
And
you,
Islamists.
Kyle.
And
we
Islamists.
don't care what you do in your bedroom or who you do it with. Not a single one of us care.
No.
Not a single one of us ever even think about that. The problem is when you're pushing it on
Couldn't care
kids,
less.
and you know that because you are 100% MAGA. Your name is literally Star Spangled Kyle, and we love you, and we know.
Yeah.
We accept.
Well, here's
you
the thing.
just
Here's
how
the
you
thing. Here's what's fucked up about this entire thing. What you just said, SK, is literally nobody in MAGA nor Kyle needed you to say that.
I know
because they
Kyle
already
knows.
Know. They
Kyle
already know. Yeah,
knows.
no,
Kyle
and we all
knows.
know that.
We
all
have
know that.
trans people
That
that
wasn't for
debate
our
with us
benefit.
and everything on our side.
That was not for
Listen,
our
I have
benefit.
no
We
problem with trans people. You do you. If you're over the age of 18,
Not
you
for
do
our
what-
benefit. We get it. We
you
get
do
it.
whatever you want to do. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking to the comments or whoever's
Okay.
listening later, which is probably like 100 people. I don't know. But listen, we love you. We don't care. Just don't push it on the kids and don't shove it down our throats. We really don't care.
You know what?
Not
At
a
the same
single
time,
one
I,
of
at the
us
same time,
care.
I don't want. At the same time, I don't want heterosexual. I don't want heterosexual
Exactly.
stuff pushed on fucking kids either.
Exactly.
I don't
We've
want
had
any
this
of it pushed on any
exact
of them.
discussion
You know what?
multiple times.
When you're like junior high and you want to start like filling up your girlfriend, that's fine, right? Have a conversation about that. Or you're in junior high, you want to start filling up your boyfriend and whatever. Who cares?
Junior high. I have a kid in junior high. We're not talking about this.
SK, I don't know what planet you're from, but
My
anyway,
kid
we're playing.
definitely
Listen,
doesn't
SK,
do that.
SK, stop. Everybody, stop. I've got a
All right,
video.
PatriotDad's going to have to step in here.
Abortion.
No, hold on. I'm going to have to
Bible
step in because
is silent
pause
on abortion.
Pause.
And when that-
Oh my
Pause.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
All right.
No,
Look,
dude, you're
all,
fucking up the
listen
flow.
to me. No, I'm not. Listen to me. All jokes aside, right?
All
We're going to
jokes
have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun with the Talarico campaign. We're going to drag this guy for being a walking billboard for everything that's wrong with the radical left. But there are some very important things to talk about as well, because the gospel that comes from the mouth of Talarico is going to get people, it's going to convince people that, let me say it this way. It's going to land a whole bunch of people in hell. If they listen to this kind of crap, it's going to end up having eternal implications for people. And I think it's a big deal when you have somebody who pretends to be a Bible-believing Christian, who then takes scripture, twists it into knots, and then craps all over it for their own political benefit, because that's all this idiot is doing. How
Is
dare
that like
you?
a Unitarian?
I don't know what the hell this guy is, but he's definitely not a Bible-believing Christian. Go ahead and play that video.
Star Spangled Kyle says he's an apostate Christian.
Also,
That's exactly
Kate
right.
Pasto said some stuff. I have no idea what that means. You put the comment
Kate
up on
Pasto
the
says a lot of things, and I can't catch all of it. SK, you're in charge of making sure that we put up all of Kate Pasto's funny shit, because I can't keep up with it. It's
nobody should put
It's
SK
all
in
funny.
charge of anything right now, just for the record.
All
Or
right,
at least
play
tell
that
me
clip. Play that clip.
All right, here we go. Add to stage, and boom.
The Bible is silent on abortion.
Live.
And when that
Tell
happens
me
with a
when to
social
pause.
issue as important as
You want me to pause?
No, keep going.
abortion, we Christians have to take scripture as a whole, and we've got to try to make some kind of ethical determination.
Or friends.
Pause. Okay, so if you're going to have somebody who professes to be a Christian, and I think he even calls himself a pastor, if I'm not mistaken. I think he pastors, or I think so.
He preaches.
Yeah, he does.
Also,
He
for the
does.
record, my mother watches this show. So, hi, Mom.
If you're gonna
Hi,
stand
Mrs.
in
SK.
front, if you're gonna stand in front of a church and you're gonna tell people that the Bible takes no opinion on abortion, you're just flat out lying to people. You are lying to people. Now, it may be true that the word abortion doesn't.
How do I give you the big screen while you do this? How do I do this?
You can't. I can't control anything because I can't see the green room at all. Oh, you have to click on my little box down there, and then that little thing, the little box looking thing next to me. Anyway, if you're going to stand in front of a church, or you're going to profess to be a Bible believing Christian, you're going to call yourself a pastor, you're going to call yourself a spiritual leader like James Talarico does, and then you're going to take scripture and you're going to flat out lie to people, you need to be called out in the strongest terms possible. To suggest that the Bible doesn't take a position on scripture is just a flat out, or doesn't take a position on abortion is just a flat out lie. It may be true that the Bible doesn't use the word abortion, because that's an English word, you freaking potato. It's an English word. But the idea that God did not knit every single human being in their mother's womb is a freaking lie. Scripture is very clear. God has a hand in the growth and development long before you were even thought of. I mean, scripture is just chock full of proof that ending a pregnancy is in fact murder. It's simple. It's simple. This isn't hard, James Talarico. Now, if you want to try to justify it yourself and just say you don't care, you can make that argument, but how dare you pretend that the Bible doesn't already say that thou shalt not kill? How dare you pretend that the Bible doesn't take a position on terminating a pregnancy? What? This is not only he's not only an apostate. Jesus was very clear about this. Watch out for false teachers. And that's exactly what James Talarico is. He may be a total nutcase. He may be the laughingstock of the Democrat Party, but I think this guy is dangerous to people's salvation. If you listen to idiots like this who are going to try to convince you that scripture doesn't say what it says, he's a false prophet. He's a false teacher. And the Bible is very clear about what happens to those type of people. You just need to be smarter about this. James Talarico is lying to you. He's lying to you. Yeah. It's a shame. Well, it's a shame that this is the guy they prop up as their their savior in Texas, the guy that's going to be able to beat Ken Paxton and finally start to turn that state blue, is someone who looks in the camera and flat out lies about scripture. It's insulting, is what it is.
I mean, it is. In Texas, there's no question it's insulting. But
Hold
here's
on.
the thing, right?
Make sure everyone checks on their neighbors with uteruses.
Yeah, and then you can play the rest of that. Actually, no. There's another one of him praying in the Texas legislature. Can you play that one?
What is it?
I don't know. It's like probably a 2-minute video.
Did you call it Talarico?
Yeah, Talarico something or other.
No, I don't have it. I've got Talarico Beto timeline cleanse. I've got Talarico clips. It may be in that same clip, that same video.
No, it's not. That's fine. It's fine. We don't have to stay on this guy because we're already over 2 hours. But I'm absolutely outraged at this guy.
We've got 6 months. Fine. We've got 6 months because this guy is going to mount. He's going to try to mount a serious campaign. Well, whatever. He's going to mount a serious campaign. Did you guys see this? Where literally 24 hours after Paxton won, he was out here pushing this. They raised $3 million in 24 hours since Ken Paxton won or was the GOP nominee. Do you know what actually happened? PatriotDad, did you see this?
I did not.
You may not have seen this. Well, what actually happened, and SK, you're going to get a big, giant fucking kick out of this.
Bring it.
Those $3 million, 1.5 of those actually came from Reid Hoffman to the Lone Star Rising PAC and others. Reid Hoffman was literally half. Reid Hoffman, by the way, like the most prolific Epstein Island visitor that we have in the Epstein
the literal
files.
Epstein class.
The Epstein, the little not the Epstein files hoax. We're talking if you actually read the Epstein files. Reid Hoffman, founder of LinkedIn, funder of E. Jean Carroll's entire nonsense bullshit case against Trump. He's also the one who funded the legislative lobbying effort to create the 1-year moratorium on the statute of limitations to file civil suit, which allowed that case to even be brought. Reid Hoffman did all of that. And then the same Reid Hoffman, Epstein Island regular visitor, is responsible for half of the reported $3 million raised into that PAC. So
now I know why they have the Epstein victims out today, making total fools of themselves, refusing to name names, but standing in front of cameras anyway, because they don't want you paying attention to the fact that Reid Hoffman is funding James Talarico's campaign down in Texas.
Just also, Reid Hoffman also allegedly, potentially, possibly for YouTube purposes, could be behind all of these performers pulling out of America 250.
So we're not going to get to that. We're going to get to that on Monday because we got
on
through
Monday.
Exactly. Hold on.
We still haven't done Autopen either.
SK, we're 2 minutes.
You guys are gonna have. I'm gonna have to go.
Listen,
so you guys want to keep going? Keep going.
We're gonna do it on Monday.
Dude,
SK,
we got to do the
Autopen.
We talked about the Autopen. We have to at least show the photos.
Did you update this up? I want to.
I
Hold
moved
on.
the files.
There's one last thing I want to say about Reid Hoffman because everybody, we all reported on it. Everybody went absolutely insane that the DOJ was investigating E. Jean Carroll for possible perjury. Did you see, and I don't have the image here, that the DOJ, there's a prosecutor in Illinois, came down who said, we're actually not investigating E. Jean Carroll for perjury. They're investigating Reid Hoffman for his
Reid
role
Hoffman
and all of this. It's not E. Jean Carroll that's under investigation for this. It's Reid Hoffman.
For the record, hold on. For the record, can you remind me one of our first episodes, what we discussed and the receipts that were brought about the meeting that occurred where they were then David Brock was going on TV encouraging women to come forward with stories about Donald Trump, and there was like $600,000 sent to Lisa Bloom's office for Katie Johnson and all of those girls in their housing and security. Can you remind me when it was that we discussed that?
No, I can't because we have no record of our first 6 episodes. They don't exist. They're gone forever.
What?
No, we don't have them. We don't have them. They're gone.
We have Katie Johnson.
We don't have the first 6 episodes in YouTube or in Rumble. We don't have them. They're gone.
For real?
Yeah, for reals. For real. We don't
Like
have
the
them.
one where I brought all the receipts about the Democratic.
SK, we don't have them because we didn't do them live and we didn't do them. They're just gone forever.
America
They're gone forever.
The 21st Century Bridge.
SK, I'm sorry. We don't have them. Episodes.
We can do them again.
We should do them again, actually, because they're all still fucking relevant.
Like in
They're all still
September of
relevant.
2025.
We might still have them in the folder though, because they were recordings, and I think they might be in our folder somewhere. We can look for them.
Maybe we can find them, but
well,
we don't have. They're not on YouTube and they're not in Rumble because we didn't do our first live video till our live podcast till episode 7.
7?
Yep, right.
No.
Yep.
It doesn't seem like that.
That's how long it took us to figure out how to do it. Anyway,
listen,
guys, it is. Wait, who has Guarding
Nope.
says they have them. Guarding says they have them.
Good. Pull up.
Okay.
The Autopen.
The Autopen. We're going to do the Autopen, and then we're 2 hours and 15 minutes in. I know PatriotDad.
Yeah, my eyes are floating right now.
I already went. I
turned
my camera off and
what do we got?
went.
All right. So SK, this is your show. So you're doing. So we got Autopen.
Yeah.
Did you
bring it.
Autopen 2111?
I don't know what they are. I have no idea what they're labeled.
Well,
They're
you
in the
labeled them.
folder.
So here's Autopen 1. So we're listening. SK, you tell me when to move on to the next one and explain what you have here.
Put it big. There you go. Pay attention to the B. You see that B right there? That's Jill Biden's signature. Put up whatever you have next. Okay, now look. See the B on Jill Biden's signature? And then look at the B on Joe Biden's signature. I know Stephanie's in mortgages. Stephanie, pay attention. You see that? All right, now go to the next one. There you go. Jill Biden. Notice the B. Find the one that's the actual Autopen.
Listen, I'm just going in order.
There you go.
In order.
That's hand signed. That's a wet signature. The only one of those pardons, by the way, that's a wet signature. You see the B there? You notice it looks just like the B on Joe Biden on that one that had Jill and Joe at the bottom. That's hand signed. That's Hunter Biden's pardon. Okay, now I'll put up another one. There you go. That's an Autopen. Look at that B. Weird. Huh.
We need these all side by side, but we don't have them. And then we've got this one. And this is the original one that was in there.
There's the Autopen. Look at the B's. Look at the R's. Huh. Weird. Don't they look exactly like Jill Biden's signature?
Yeah.
Because it's damn sure not Joe Biden's. Joe Biden's is all
what was Joe Biden's signature again? Hold on a second. Let's go back.
Go back to Joe Biden's hand signed signature. Go back to the Hunter Biden pardon.
This one. Hold on. No, we've got too many things. Get out of there. That's Jill Biden, and then we go back to
there you go.
Joseph Biden. Look at the B's.
That's the Autopen. That's Autopen.
That's Autopen. And then this is Jill.
That's Autopen. Look at the B.
Autopen. Hold on.
Go to the one that has Jill and Joe on the same one.
Damn it. Oh, see.
Oh, my cat's climbing up here. Hello.
Jill Biden.
There's one that has Jill and Joe at the same time. His B is like big, and the middle part of the B doesn't come close to
Joe
touching.
Biden.
Jill Biden. There you go.
Okay.
Look
so
at Joe's
Joe
back.
Biden.
Yes.
So look at Jill. Look at Joe. Okay. So let's go here. So let's go. Let's do this one. Jill Biden. Joe Biden.
You can't stand
Joe
on that.
Biden. Joe. I mean, that's what he may have actually. Joe may have actually signed.
He
that
signed
one.
that. That's the only
Yeah, he
hand
did.
signed
That's the
pardon.
only, and that's
And
the
it's
only.
Hunter's.
That's right.
He
The
didn't even
only
sign the one
hand-signed
for his
pardon.
brother. He didn't sign that
So
one.
this,
That's Autopen.
who is this?
That's James,
James,
Sarah.
Joe. So
Uh-huh.
the rest of the Biden family
Uh-huh.
looks like the pardon was signed
Autopen.
with the Autopen from the
Which-
Jill Biden stencil.
Right. And if you look at that R and that B,
Mm-hmm.
looks really similar to Jill's signature, doesn't it?
Does anyone have an idea what type of crime you commit when you forge the president's signature and you affix it to just about every official presidential document throughout his
It's
entire
fraud.
administration?
It's just fraud.
It's
just
fraud. It's forgery.
fraud. Yeah, it's fraud and forgery. Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be more than just forgery when you are using a forged signature
Look at
to
Stephanie.
run the country.
The mortgage professional in the
Stephanie.
comments says yes. Now, again, no one will ever convince me that Jill Biden did not sign the template for the Autopen. And if
Yep,
she did.
you just saw receipts. Now, it would be better if I put them side by side. But again, technology, yeah, we don't work well together.
We can do
Oh,
that.
I can do
There's
that. If
images
you
out
send
there.
that to me, I'll do it.
They're in the
Yeah.
they're in the Dropbox. They're in the Dropbox.
There's
You can
also
find
a
it.
lot more in the Dropbox from the first time we talked about this on this
Yep,
podcast.
yep.
No,
last
we've
year.
talked
Dude, we
about
gotta
this
we gotta
like-
wrap this show because my eyes are floating right now.
Go.
I have to go to the
Go.
bathroom.
Go.
All right, guys, we are done. We are out. And SK, if you would like to stay up,
I
then maybe
can't
we can
stay
go on a
up.
TikTok live somewhere.
Oh, we could go on a TikTok live. Yeah, I
We
should
could.
go live. I haven't been live in forever. There'll probably be like 5 people there.
No, there'd be like 500 people there in like 20 minutes.
I used
if
to
you're
hit
live.
go live, and in like 30 seconds, there'd be 500 to 700
guys,
people.
listen,
I don't think it's
listen,
like that
hey.
anymore.
Hey, thank you, everybody. This was absolutely a shit show. And it was not a shit show of my doing.
my
It was a
cat.
shit show of PatriotDad's doing.
Oh,
He
you're
fucked
muted
everything
or
up.
something, Nom. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, I can hear you just fine.
You can't hear me?
Play the
SK,
music.
please.
We're out. I gotta go. I'll see you guys later.
All right. No, hold on. We gotta. So you guys need to stick around for this because we have a new version of the exit song. All right. So hold on. Here we go. Forged in Fire, the brand new Forged in Fire. Where are you? There it is. With the new images. We are out. Bye.
In the shadows of the Capitol, the traitors plot their schemes, trading sacred liberties for power, gold, and twisted dreams. From the broken borders to the fields our forefathers tilled, the enemy is prowling, truth is silenced, honor killed. But I'm a patriot source, forged in fire, standing tall. Bible as my sword and Old Glory as my core. No apologies for loving this blood-bought land. We'll charge the gates of darkness with the fire of the righteous stand. God bless the USA. We'll never bend or break. Patriots of freedom, warriors wide awake. They laugh at heaven's mercy, call our faith a dying flame. But when the storm clouds gather, we invoke the holy name. The serpent weaves through statutes, twisting justice into chains. Yet with God as our commander, victory still remains. Truth and justice we decree.